And we're recording. Okay, so as I said in the group chat a few weeks ago, this is quite a large group. Well, it's a very large group. There's 10 of us, including me. So let's try not step on each other as much as possible. Give people their chance to talk, because you know what it's like. With a group of 4 or 5 people, you can sometimes shout over each other a lot. With this
thing that we did the other night was amazing.
What thing we did the other night? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, didn't get that. Slow. So yeah, bear that in mind. Ty said he's nervous because he has no idea what to expect this evening. Good. Only 2 of you know what to expect this evening. You guys, I'm watching you. I have been watching your characters, by the way. Yes, yes. But that's okay. So, before we begin, the first...
I'm not metaing my character, don't worry about it.
I'm not saying a word.
Wait, were there ways to meta our characters?
Angus and Craig have both played a version of this, which is kind of like the beta version. We did it a few years back. I have changed parts of it since then, but they have potentially got a bit of a leg up, which is a good thing for all of you, not just them, in that they have seen stuff and know kind of what to expect to a degree. Okay, so before we begin, the first thing I want everybody to do, please, is delete every single item from the inventory of your character.
Right.
Please tell me that doesn't include my spell book.
Please.
Please.
I hadn't thought of that.
It's gonna be.
I've never played a wizard before. Please don't do that to me.
It's a big premise of your thing, dude.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm going to go with yes, your spell book as well, Hannah. However, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Ways and means, don't panic.
Yes.
So do I lose my druidic focus then?
Anybody who's a spellcaster and has a spellcasting focus, their spellcasting focus is gone. Everything out inventory. No money, no clothing, no weapons, no armor, no food, nothing. You will start with absolutely nothing.
Can I keep my horn?
Kieran, confirm this as well. Hannah, the spells that you've currently got prepared that you've chosen so far, those are the ones that you will keep.
Yes.
Anything else is gone because it's in your book?
Anything that's in your book is gone, but anything that you have prepped will still be in your memory for the day.
I can't. Oh, how many? I don't know how many. Hang on, I need to work out how many spells to prep.
Can I keep my horn?
No, Ty.
Plus efficiency.
When I say everything, Ty, I mean everything.
Actually, might be intelligence plus level.
Campaign to try to make monk more relevant.
You're not a monk, are you?
No. I was starting to wish I was.
Yeah, well, currently Ty is winning. Because Ty's a barbarian, so his armor class hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Hannah has lost her spellbook. All the fighters amongst you have no armor or weaponry. Cleric hasn't got any armor or weaponry.
I
Druid.
already have nothing in my inventory. I don't even want to get excited about any of that. Whatever, man.
Are we deleting, or just like
Gone.
Delete it.
just deleting?
Delete it.
Deleting, cool.
Delete. Gone. It's all gone. Delete it.
I need to keep my gold. One sec.
Yep. All gold too.
All the gold too. Yep, everything.
Yeah.
How do I delete things?
You press the little lock on the.
Yeah, there's a little padlock button at the bottom.
Okay.
Use that to unlock it, and then you can. There's red buttons appear either beside all the items, and you can just go boop,
Yeah,
boop,
yeah.
boop, boop. I'm watching you do it. Well, there you go.
I had to clean the lock.
Everything gone. And where it says, I'm just going to delete your money as well. Sorry? Okay.
What would I do? without a letter of recommendation from my guild.
That's the most important thing. Hannah, have you got a handle on how many spells you can have prepped?
4, yeah. So
Burning Hands, Tech Magic, 5 familiar, and Shield. I'm going to say just leave them there for now.
Alright.
Alright, so everybody has deleted everything out of their inventory. Well done. Roll for initiative. No, I'm not kidding.
What in the fuck?
Did you say?
Roll for initiative. Roll for initiative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Easy.
I still didn't hear what we're doing.
Roll for initiative. So select your character token, which should be on the front end screen. Select your token, and then on your character sheet, select, click on where it says initiative in the middle of the sheet at the top.
Oh, initiative. I just didn't hear what we were doing.
Okay.
Okay, initiative. Rolling initiative.
Make sure you have your token selected before you roll initiative.
I believe I did, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who hasn't rolled?
Sorry, that might be me. How do I select my token? Apologies, I don't
Okay.
often use the roll 20s.
Oh, I haven't given you a token on the front end screen. Joe, hang on a moment. Okay, so if I drag your character onto the screen, you should now be able to see your character, John. Little circular token at the top of the screen.
Yep.
Select that token, and while you've got it selected, open your character sheet and click on the initiative button, which is in the centre of the sheet towards the top.
Cool. So literally just click on the token and then initiative.
Yeah, make sure the token's selected, and on your character sheet, click where it says initiative. Excellent.
Hey, yeah, successfully D&D.
So-
Thank you.
Leave now.
Yeah, job done. Alrighty then, let us begin. Obviously, don't move any of your tokens just yet. We are doing this in initiative order. I just need to scroll out and find Tara. Because Tara, who's Tara? Phoebes, you are up first. But first,
That's me.
an introduction.
Oh dear.
You fall. The falling sensation you experience in a dream that wakes you, only this time you awake to find yourself falling for real. You tumble forward, thumping hard onto an unyielding stone floor. Throwing your hands out to brace yourself, you bounce down a couple of rough steps, coming to rest at the foot of a raised dais. Blinking, you look about you, your eyes taking a few moments to adjust to the gloom of this chamber. You are alone. Around you is a circular room, approximately 20 feet in diameter, constructed from roughly dressed stone. Across the room, through an archway, a corridor constructed of the same old-looking, slightly mossy stone leads off into the gloom. The air is chilly and smells slightly damp. Only the sound of your own breathing breaks an oppressive silence. Your eyes dart about to find the source of the light here. Embedded in the ceiling at the centre of the room, a glowing crystal emits a dim light. You see another in the ceiling of the corridor ahead, and judging by the dim glow, at least one more beyond that. You push yourself up and rise to your feet. The palms of your hands are grazed from the fall, as are your knees, but also you notice your wrists and ankles are sore, the skin raw and red. As you examine yourself, you realise your clothes, your possessions are gone. All you are wearing is a simple, roughly woven, knee-length sleeveless smock. Where are your clothes? Did you take them off? The last thing you remember is nothing. How did you get here? Where is here? Where were you before here? Wait. Who were you? It feels as if your own mind is shrouded with a thick fog, your memories' shapes barely glimpsed behind frustrating clouds that thicken the harder you try to look beyond that. Who are you? You spin about looking for some clue in the featureless chamber, desperately searching for something to remind you of yourself. As you turn to look back at the dais from which you fell, you notice a faint wisp of a yellowish vapour dissipating in the air above it. The round dais itself stands approximately 4 feet proud of the floor, 3 feet in diameter, made of the same plain stone. Embedded in the top of the dais is another glowing yellow crystal, flush with the stone. That doesn't tell you anything though. Who are you? Where are you? What the hell is going on? You try to calm yourself as you feel a panic rise. This is insane, but panicking will not help you. You take a deep, long breath and turn slowly on the spot, re-examining your surroundings. A gloomy, slightly damp chamber with a low stone dais, one exit, no windows, and the faintest trace of something yellow in the air drifting away in an almost imperceptible breeze. The initial shock of your awakening begins to fade. Your head clears a little. Some part of yourself begins to return to you. Looking down at your hands, you remember skills you used before in some now forgotten life before this place. Now you know what you're capable of, you know what you can do. That, at least, is something, and armed with that knowledge you feel a little less afraid of this gloomy, foreboding place. And as you focus on your own ability, something more important comes back to you. Through the strange fog in your mind, your name. You know who you are. You know what you are. Now what comes next? What would you like to do, Phoebe?
Right, okay. So, that... I've got wispy stuff in the air. Can I, like... That wispy stuff that's in the air, is that still there? Can I try...
It's
Well,
almost
see if I get any
all
scent
gone.
or anything off that.
It has
Almost all gone.
a kind of almost chemically scent about it. And then as you're smelling it, it
Okay.
just drifts away, dissipating into the air.
While we're in this room, I will look at the dais first before I go. So there was a dais and it's got a crystal in.
Yep.
Is there anything else? Can I have a closer look and poke around the dais, please?
It just seems to be carved. It's as if this room, the floor of this room, were carved out of solid rock, and the dais is part of that rock.
Yeah.
But set into the top of the dais, flush with the stone itself, the flat stone, is another yellow crystal, like the one in the ceiling that's lighting the room, and the one that's set into the dais is also glowing.
We're actually on initiative, aren't we?
We are on
Pick that up,
initiative.
but I'm not going to yet.
It is set into the stone. It doesn't look like it will come out.
Doesn't look like it'll move. Okay, but it looks like there's more going around the corner, so I don't need to take one with me. And there's nothing else in this room. I'll do a quick wander around the room, check out the walls.
The walls
See if there's anything else.
are pretty much made
Right.
of dressed stone, as shown in the picture I just showed you. There is a little bit of moss. The stone is slightly
Yeah.
damp. Doesn't seem to be anything of any interest.
Okay. I'm gonna start edging my way out,
Okay.
keeping my ears open, keeping my eyes open. If I hear anything apart from
All you hear is your own footsteps on the floor. And I'll stop you there and we'll move on.
yeah,
Ty,
Cool.
same situation.
Could I have a look at the moss?
You certainly can. It appears to be moss.
Can I stare at how, like, I don't know what could help with moss, honestly. Is it exactly the same room? you
Exactly the same kind of room I described for Phoebe. All of you have the same room. This is the starting position for all of you.
described? Okay. Is it pitch black? though?
No, there's yellow crystal in the dais itself, another one in the ceiling of the room in the centre, and another one in the corridor ahead of you. And it looks like, as you look off down the corridor, you can see a corner. It looks like there's more light down that way as well, roughly the same kind of light.
Is there any way to, like, get the light free so I can bring it with me?
The one in the ceiling is out of reach. You'd need something to stand on to reach that one. You can try and get the one out of the top of the dais if you like.
Yeah. Could I, like, brute force it somehow?
You'd be using basically your fingernails.
I can have a go.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Alright.
Now you're clawing at this thing and scrabbling at it, and you break a fingernail almost completely off, and it's quite painful. And this thing doesn't seem to want to move at all. It's like even where it's set into the stone is so flush, there's barely any gap at all to get your fingernail into.
Alright, I'm gonna curse at it and walk away, because fuck that thing.
And I'll stop you there.
Alright, fair enough.
And we'll move on to Daphne. Same
Okay.
situation.
The moss on the wall doesn't happen to be phosphorescent, does it?
It does not.
Fuck. I will use a spell slot and cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you're just pinging it off and not doing it as a ritual.
I mean, if I've got, I guess I'll have time to sit down and start casting it.
Yeah, so you're going to take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
right, we'll move on from there then. Moving on to Sham, who I believe is Kerry.
Yep.
Same
So,
situation.
My understanding is we're all alone.
Yes,
we're
you
not
are.
together.
You are not alone. I will ping the map to show you where you are.
Oh.
See that?
I can't rid of other things. Yes.
There you are, alone in this room as described.
Can I listen really carefully to see if I hear anything?
Give me a
Like, is there any,
perception
like,
check.
Noises of water, people.
Sure.
Like that?
Give me a perception check. On your character sheet, there is a list of skills on the left-hand side next to your stats. One of those will be perception. Click on where it says perception. It's rolling with advantage by default. Hang on a moment. I don't know why it's doing that. Hang on one moment. Let me just check something in the back end of your sheet. Sorry about this.
Okay.
Strange. Don't know why it did that.
Because I'm really perceptive.
Just click it against once more for me. Just see if it does it again. No, I will take that one. So you stand completely still and silent and listen. You can just about make out somebody rustling a packet. No, sorry. You can just about make out somebody. This is me saying, like, guys, let's take this session really seriously, and then I make the first joke. Sorry. You can just about make out in the distance what sounds like somebody moving around, perhaps. And also, at the very, very limits of your hearing, you think possibly water? Water trickling? Maybe a wave?
The rustling sound, is it?
No, that was me
sounding
making a joke about somebody
behind
making a rustling sound on Discord.
me? Okay.
Sorry.
Here's the picture again. And so we've said, what can I do? Not really a lot at the moment. I'm going to yell once and see if anybody is close enough to answer me.
What are you yelling?
Hello there.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. And we'll come back to you on your next turn. Felder, Angus, same situation.
I think the first thing I would attempt to, after quickly looking around the empty room, quickly try and pick up the glowing crystal that's near me.
The one set into the dais.
Yes, if it's possible to even pick it up out of
You can give me a strength check.
Of course.
Again, using just your fingernails, it seems like this thing, it doesn't want to budge with just your fingernails. It is set very flush into the stone, and there's barely any gap around it.
That's fair. After looking around and basically being in an empty room, realising that I'm just gonna continue onwards, but quite carefully, so I'm just gonna peek around the corner of my room and try and slowly move out.
Sure. It's as described, but I will stop you there as you move out into that area of corridor and move on to Silas, which I believe is David. You're muted, David.
Thank you. Sorry, how high up is the light set in the ceiling?
It's about a 10-foot high ceiling.
Okay. Is it on like? I mean, it appears from the map to be on like some sort of branching thing. Is that correct?
Ignore what it looks like on the map. It's basically a yellow crystal, about fist-sized crystal, set into the ceiling, set into the stone.
Okay, presumably set similarly flush as the one that's on the dial.
The one on the ceiling does protrude like about an inch out. You can see it's like a proper gem kind of cut, faceted yellow stone crystal.
I will make a relative note about that. Is there any loose rubble?
There is not, no.
In that case, Silas is going to look around, decide that this room is very dull and boring, and decide to leave and find somewhere else that is less dull and boring.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I will stop you there. Moving on, Shani.
Hello. That's going to be a real pain in the ass with Shani and Sham, isn't it? I'll change my name after this.
No, it's fine. Shani and Sham.
I think it's okay.
It's fine.
Can I feel around the dais and see if I feel any like runes or any carvings of any sort?
Give me an investigation check. Have you rolled? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. 16. You have a good look round, and it seems very plain. There don't seem to be any carvings at all. What you do notice, however, in the top of the dais, it's hard to make out in the gloom, but having gotten down and had a good look at it, and now you notice it, there is a circular channel in the top of the dais, running around the diameter of the dais.
Interesting.
It's about half an inch deep.
Half an inch deep. Okay. I don't have anything sharp.
You don't have anything sharp, other than your wits,
no.
perhaps.
Okay, I'm gonna take a punt because this is dark and spooky, and why the fuck not? I'm gonna try and like bite at a hangnail or something and try and smear a bit of blood into the channel and see if it does anything. See how spooky we're getting with this.
Interesting.
Right,
So
blood match. Like been in here for less than 5 minutes.
Step one, right out the gate. Let's go, boys.
So you chew at the edge of your fingernail until you're bleeding a little, and you squeeze a couple of droplets into the channel, and they plip, plip into the channel. Yeah, nothing's happening.
Oh.
It was worth a try.
It was worth a try. Okay, that's okay. What to do? Thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind and see if I can go and find more people, because it might just be a question of more blood.
Fair.
So I'm gonna head out into the corridor and make a note of that channel.
Alrighty. I might be lagging a bit. I'm not seeing your token moving now. Or did you move it? Oh, you did. Okay, and stopping you there. Once you get to your 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you can move one more if you like to there.
Yeah, why not?
And moving on to John Smith, Fighter Man. Sam. Same situation.
Cool. But this thing looks like magic stuff, and I don't know magic stuff. Gonna tentatively prod the gem that's in this dais. See if that does a thing, because magic, maybe?
Okay, you prod the stone. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, awesome. I'm super good at these, I think. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
What
I was
thing?
kind of imagining that...
Just intelligence.
Yep, straight intelligence.
Cool. I think that should work, maybe?
Okay, so you're not the brightest star in the sky, but you prod it, it feels like rock. And something occurs to you that generally light sources give off heat. This one isn't.
Cool. That was a thing that Sam thought, but I don't think John would. Cool. He's sort of going to go, okay, well, there's light. Mood lighting is nice. Moving swiftly on. And we'll just sort of begin moseying out, calling out, hello, is anyone there?
Alrighty.
Is it dark? Yeah, I don't know how far I can... Oh, beans, that's not what I meant to move.
It's 30-foot movement, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, generally. I think I'm lagging again. I'm not seeing... You moved once.
5, 6. There we go.
Rightio. And moving on. Ken. Where's Ken? There you are. Same situation.
What was it you said I was wearing?
Oh, let me get the description up. It's basically like a sackcloth smock. Where are we? A simple, roughly woven, knee-length sleeveless smock. I'm going to take the opening text and put it into the visible area of that handout so that you can all see exactly what I said at the beginning.
Okay. Trying some of the things that other people tried to no avail. Can I at the bottom of it peel a length of it so that I've got essentially a bit of string in between hands so that I can wrap it around my hand, and should anything happen I have a garrote wire?
Sure. Your smock
may not be
is a
strong.
bit... Yeah, your smock is a bit shorter now. You're rocking quite a mini skirt kind of look. Yeah, you have essentially... You've got a length of string which... You twist an end round each hand and give it a couple of stretches. It might function as a garrote, but it may snap. It doesn't seem particularly strong.
And I think that's as far as I can move forwards.
You started there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can move one more square if you wish.
I will indeed.
And stopping you there, moving on back up to Tara, back around to Phoebes.
Okay.
So you see a corridor much the same as the one you moved out of the room through. It continues up away from you, and there's a left turn. The same crystals in the ceiling are lighting your way.
Sorry, I'm just finding myself because it moved around with the other people. There we are. Oh, good. Okay, so there's a left turn. And then there's up there. That also carries on up there. So in here, is it just the same kind of vibe of stone walls?
It is indeed. To your left, you now...
triangle in the middle.
Ignore the triangle in the middle. It's on the map. The map tokens I used.
Okay.
To your left, though, there is a wooden door, a plain wooden door, closed.
Gonna go. Please may I listen to this door and see if I hear any
Perception check, please.
in there. Perception. And that's a performance. Apologies. 1 sec.
So you do a little dance for the door. A very bad one of the 3. With a 9, you hear the rubbing of an ear against the wooden door.
Suspicious.
And I will move on from there back down to Ty. Ty, where was Ty? Oh, peering down the corridor, Ty, you see at the far end, do you? Let me just check. You see another person dressed similarly to you, but they're holding a piece of string in their hand. Ken, you see another person coming down the corridor towards you, dressed exactly the same as you. What would you two like to do?
Very suspicious of the man or woman or them. Do you know any reason or anything about why we're here?
I know nothing.
Right. Please.
Who are you?
Me, ISIS sort of character at the moment, so we'll just go with me. So, what are you good at, really? Because we're gonna survive now.
I am Kenichi Nobushia. I am samurai from far off land.
Don't know what a samurai is. But fine.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Moving back over to Daphne, Hannah. You sit down on the floor to begin your ritual, and then you realise not only do you not have a spell book, you have no spell casting focus. You cannot cast anything but cantrips at the moment. As you realise this, you hear... we'll have to check into that. Do ritual spells not need a spell casting focus as well?
It's just maybe. Yeah.
The spell casting
And
focus
so with
only
the
takes
S?
part of anything material. If it's V and S, you can still cast.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
I've read up. I've never visited before. Please help me.
However, as you sit down to start your ritual, you hear a voice call out, "Hello?" Echoing down the tunnels.
I will sort of steel myself. I'll finish my ritual, but like with one ear, not one ear pointed at, but sort of like half paying attention to the voice to see if I can hear if it comes closer or anything like that.
Okay, moving on back to Kerry.
Okay.
So you were moving down the corridor calling out hello. There is no immediate reply.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Is there an end of the corridor, or am I still walking?
Move your token where you want it to go.
I can't see anything, so I can't tell where I...
Do you not have vision?
I kind of... Maybe my screen is too dark. I can kind of see a little bit, but not really.
Your token has vision. If I look through your token's eyes, I am seeing fine. It must be something at your end. You may need to turn the contrast up or something.
Will it only let me move where I can see?
Yep. Can you see the squares?
Yeah. Can I see anything? Like, can my character see anything, or is it really, really dark?
It's,
like, as I'm walking?
It's gloomy. You can see enough of the corridor to see where you are. You can see the tunnel leads up ahead of you and takes a left turn, but more immediately to you, there is another turning to your right.
I want to walk to the edge of where the right is.
Okay, so you move up to... Ooh, I'm stretching your token. You move up to about... Why can't I move it? You move it about there.
Yeah. Okay, now I can see a few things. Yeah, that's good. And I call out hello again.
Okay. We'll cycle back to you. Angus.
Yes. Probably.
I haven't seen anyone from peeking out of my
You have not,
area, have I?
no.
I very carefully start making a way forward, but quietly.
Okay, as you see, the corridor continues along and takes a turn in two directions. On one direction, you can see a door, a closed, plain wooden door.
There's no 30 to there, so I'm in the middle of the triangle, so it looks like.
Okie dokie. Moving.
I'm stealthy. I want to look good, man. Like, come on.
Of course. Moving back to David.
Right, yeah, I think Cyrus will carry on heading down. Is this another gem? Is this one set into the wall now?
No, that one's set into the ceiling as well.
Okay. In which case, presumably I reach what I'll keep on going so far. 20, 25, 30. I think Cyrus is going to carry on heading south and seeing what's around this dark corner.
Okay.
Check that there's nothing. As he walks past, is there any noticeable loose rock or rubble on the floor?
There is not. Before we move on, let me just check something. Give me an investigation check as your training investigation. Okay. You offhandedly, you said it out of character, I assume, but you said you're going to keep moving south.
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, it occurs to you, is that south? And you're trying to get your bearings, thinking, have I got a bump of direction? Unfortunately, your character isn't really trained in survival or anything. You're not really getting an idea of which way is south, but you have arbitrarily decided that direction is south.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's one that looks darker than the other direction, so I'm curious as to why it's darker.
Okay.
So I just want to poke my head around the corner.
Sure. We'll circle right back around to you, Shani, in your quest for blood.
I mean, I've got plenty of blood. I'm just trying to find out exciting new ways to use it.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a punt and try and cast Sacred Flame at the little beastie on the dais. See what happens.
Verbal and somatic, so you don't need it.
Flame, please.
So you're casting Sacred Flame at the dais.
Specifically at the at the top of the dais where the crystal is.
Oops. Where are we? Ignore that. Okay, so you summon a flame of holy light, or whatever it may be for you, hurl it at the dais, and it goes poof against the dais, and leaves a small magical scorch mark in the stone, like soot.
Cool. Can I go and poke through the rock and see if it done anything?
Doesn't appear to have done anything at all.
Well, silence moves ever onwards. Then, okay, front door. Guess a wooden door like other people.
Exactly.
And corridor. I'm going to go and give that a little inspection.
Okay, I'll stop you there and we'll move on. Coming back to you in a moment. Where's John? Where did I put John?
I'm not sure. I think I may have inadvertently ended myself.
Yeah, looks to me like you may have deleted your token.
He's done a me! He's done a me!
He has.
Oh, well, never mind. That'll next time. See you later.
I will put you there.
Like, not the worst at roll 20.
I know. I'm competent now.
Okay, there you are.
Maybe back up on a second.
You blacked out for a moment.
Yeah, I passed out for a second. Oh god, this is all too much for me.
Indeed.
I'm just a simple Smith boy. What on earth am I doing here?
Whilst
Just
before you do anything else, I'll have a perception check from you, please.
absolutely. Because I'm listening out for a reply to my hello. Is anyone there?
Oh, I forgot you even did that. My bad. We'll cycle back to that in a moment. That's all part of your blackout. But yeah,
that's part of the blackout.
give me a perception check, please. A perception of 6. Okay. You do not perceive anything. However, Angus
Yes. Yeah, hear a hello.
Felder heard a hello from the corridor to your right.
Oh.
I will let you take your turn now, Angus, because I completely forgot he shouted hello. My bad.
I probably wouldn't change too much anyway, apart from answer back. Like, who's there?
John Smith, you hear somebody answer back. Who's there?
I'm John? Who's there?
John who?
He is the sharpest of bricks. John Smith.
I don't know a John.
As we've opened a dialogue, I'm going to try and move towards the voice.
Sure.
It's like, moving up, and as I'm going on, there we go.
I've just moved you up. So you both see each other, both dressed exactly the same in these kind of hemp smocks. You can describe yourselves if you wish. Or not.
Yeah, of course. So Felder is a mid-30s-ish woman who is blonde with I forgot what colour eyes I chose. Seeing my token looks like it's blue, so we're doing blue eyes. Generally quite a scruffy look, I suppose, probably even with the burlap sack. It's quite scruffy anyway. So it probably looks quite at home. Other than that, probably eyeing you quite suspiciously and a little bit on guard. I would say because you're a trained warrior, I assume, from what I've heard so far, is you probably do notice my character kind of like almost like twinge to grab a weapon, but they don't have one, so like.
John, I'm imagining you're quite a burly character.
Yeah, fairly burly. I think the 14, a number strength that has results in a +2 mod. 14. So yeah, fairly, a bit burly. But yeah, so rounding the corner, seeing this, you see a distinctly average bloke. He's a bit on the strong side looking. Other than that, that's certainly a bloke. Sort of long, brownish hair, sort of, that's a lad there. Sort of gonna raise his hands, like very, like non-threatening. Non-threatening is what I'm going for here. Body language, and just sort of like ask, do you know what's going on?
Felder will ignore the question but start stomping towards John.
Oh, excellent.
All right, we will hold there for you two. I've just had to refresh my Roll20, but as soon as it's loaded, I will ping us over to oh God's sake, no, there it is. Ken and Ursi. So you guys are facing off in a corridor. What would you like to say or do?
Right, one of us is going to have to be brave here, I guess, right? Brilliant. Follow me, then, if you want to live. I'm just gonna...
Ken, you can move on the same initiative turn as Ursin.
Is the door unlocked?
How are you telling if that's the case?
I'm grabbing the handle and I'm wiggling it as vigorously as I can.
The handle turns in your grip and it appears that you can open the door, should you wish.
Cool, I'm going to guard through the door. I'm fed up.
Okay, so for everybody, there are door icons throughout the maps of this campaign. If the door opens, you can click on it to open it or click on it to close it again. You see before you. Both of you see this. Where are we?
Yeah.
Before you move in, Ty, let me describe the area for you. The door opens to reveal a 30 by 30 room constructed of the same stone as the corridors. In the ceiling, another crystal fills the room with dim light. The walls are otherwise featureless except for a door in the wall opposite you, identical to the one you just opened. 4 bunk beds line the walls with a large wooden trunk at the foot of each. The beds appear to be made up with fresh, clean linen.
Cool. Brilliant. Nice.
I will move on.
Oh,
I'm going to move on, Ty. Back to Tara.
Okay.
Phoebes.
Hello.
So you're standing listening at the door?
I didn't hear anything, so can I see if it opens? Can I see if it opens? So, unlock.
Boink.
Ooh.
And I will describe the scene for you before you call out. The door swings open on well-oiled hinges to reveal a very large room. It is dimly lit in places by the same yellow crystals dotted about the ceiling, but further light comes from the 3 large forges that dominate the room. 2 are freestanding side by side in the centre of the room, and the third sits built against one's wall. Each forge burns brightly as if recently fuelled and stoked. Around each one are benches and racks laden with the type of tools one would expect to find in such a place: tongs, hammers, anvils, quenching troughs, buckets, whetstones and the like. There is also piles of metal ingots, what looks to be coils of leather cord, and a selection of forged die moulds. Protruding from one wall are 2 hand water pumps. Buckets sit below each. Various other doors lead off from the room, with an imposing pair of large oak doors set into one wall. This portal is flanked on either side by passageways.
Okay.
Would you like to call out?
I'm gonna call out with hello. Anyone here? See if anyone.
Would you like to move into the room at all? There's no reply immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move in. Where were the racks with stuff on? Is that these things down here?
Yes. And
I'm
up
gonna head
here,
towards those.
up here is the large imposing doors. But you can head down to the racks. Okay.
First things first, I want to, if I can, grab something to defend myself. If there's like a handy hammer or something.
Absolutely. You find
something I can whack.
you find a blacksmith's hammer. You find a blacksmith hammer that's just laying there, which you can absolutely use as let's call it a mace. You have a mace. It's actually a blacksmith hammer, but it functions as a mace. You have a weapon, and we will move on. Moving down, back down. Where are you, Daphne? Again, you're casting your pet spell, muttering to yourself the special arcane words, moving your fingers in strange mystical ways, and again a voice calls out, "Hello."
Am I able to momentarily interrupt the casting to say, "I'll be with you in a minute"?
I'm going to throw that one out to the other DMs in the session. Do we think that she can call out in the middle of her ritual and not interrupt the ritual?
Yeah, that's what I want a ruling on.
I would say a very low DC of a con save.
That's a fair point, actually. Con save, do we think? Or do we think perhaps wisdom or intelligence, as those are more of a wizardy sort of...
I'll say a con save because that's what you would for concentration.
Actually, yeah, he's right. If you're
concentrating.
Yeah, but if you're rules of D&D, if you're using a concentration spell and you get hit, you have to use a con save to keep that spell going. So he's actually, I'm going to go with that. So concentration, constitution save, please, Hannah.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, you do call out, but you realise that doing so has interrupted the spell. If you wish to restart the ritual, you can, but you can't. You do call out, "With you in a minute."
No, I'm gonna. As soon as I do that, I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I'm gonna.
It's always the same. You start.
Like 3 seconds.
You start casting a spell, and then somebody comes to the door. You know.
So I'm just gonna like sigh and get up and start making my way towards the voice I heard.
Go ahead. Move your token where you wish. Okay, so Sham, you see another person come around the corner wearing the same clothes as you, the same sackcloth sort of thing. Would you like to describe yourselves to each other and interact?
Oh my gosh, hello, I thought I was alone.
So did I. Daphne is an indeterminate age from this distance. Very long, should be luscious blonde hair. Somehow still looks pretty refined and dignified, even in like the sackcloth smock. You can probably see poking out the top, she's got kind of like mystical symbols tattooed across her like chest and the tops of her arms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sham basically looks like she doesn't even really notice that she's wearing sackcloth. That's like, she barely noticed that there was a difference in the quality of her clothes. She's not old, not young, in her 30s. Some looks very fit, like a little stocky, like functionally fit, not like athlete, fighter fit, like someone who very outdoorsy looking, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
All right.
You've not seen anyone else or had any other... Do you remember anything?
Before this? Wait. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember anything before this? Because I just showed up here.
Yeah. No, I don't remember.
You're matching?
No. You've not seen a little beetle crawling around.
I look around at my feet. I look around and go, no.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out for her.
There's going to be
any beetle or a specific beetle?
It's specific. You'll know it when you see her. I don't really remember anything. So, do we just try and find other people? Have you heard anyone else?
Not really. What I'd really like to hear is lunch. You don't happen to have lunch with you, do
I'm
you?
afraid I don't have anything that you don't already see right now.
Why don't we find other people and lunch?
You do suddenly realise that you are really hungry. And on that note, we'll move on. Felder and John. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so Felder is currently stumping towards John.
That's right.
Out of the way, you idiot.
Unmuting before talking is probably smart. Yeah, John's still like hands up, just like, whoa, forward there.
Yeah, Felder just kind of shoves past him as if he's a door.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
Inspect the same room.
Yes. Felder, you see a room identical to the one you just left.
Look back at John. Look back at the room. Right. Cool, so we don't know what's going on. Come on then. I'm sure you're probably useful somewhere. Let's do something about this. Find out where we are.
Yep, probably.
I assume you're as confused as I am.
Possibly more so. Lead on. And it's just going to sort of follow along like a dumb lost puppy.
Stay in line, okay?
Feel free to move your token to follow Felder if you wish, John.
Sweet. Bosh.
So where are you two heading to, if anywhere?
Oh, yeah, towards the door.
All right.
It just depends if you think we can manage to get there and open it in time, basically.
I'm being loose with the turn movement and actions at the moment, because you're not technically in combat. I'm just using the turn order to give us all a chance.
Sense. Yeah, cool. I'll click on the door and open it then.
All right. The door opens to reveal a 30 by 30 room constructed of the same stone as the corridors. In the ceiling of under the crystal, blah, 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 another sleeping area. And we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
David, Silas, you see a room identical to the one you just left.
Is there anything on the floor, loose rock or stone? Or
No,
seems different to the other room?
Other than the moss, this place seems very clean. There's barely even dust.
Yeah, I'll head back, trying the other corridor.
Sure, go on.
There appears to be a door. Yeah, I'll head up and just brazenly open it. Silas is walking around as though he actually deserves to be wherever he is, or owns the place. He doesn't actually.
Excellent.
He's not sneaking, he's just sort of walking around going like, oh, right, okay, yes.
The door opens to reveal a 30 by 30 room constructed of the same stone. Ba-bum, 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 another sleeping area.
Oh.
I'll give you
So
a
the beds are made, you said?
The beds appear to be freshly made with clean linen. Again, I will move the text for the sleeping areas into the visible text area. The door opens to reveal a 30 by 30 room constructed of the same stone as the corridors. In the ceiling, another crystal fills the room with dim light. The walls are otherwise featureless except for a door in the wall opposite you, identical to the one you just opened. 4 bunk beds line the walls, with a large wooden trunk at the foot of each. The beds appear to be made up with fresh, clean linen.
Does the linen look better than the sackcloth material?
It looks commensurate with the it's not particularly good linen. I'm getting the impression that it's not as good as Silas might be used to.
Well, yeah, Silas was just wondering whether or not he could make himself a toga out of the linen.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I mean,
it's pretty much the same. He might just still make himself a
it's
crappy
basically a bottom sheet and a top sheet and a pillow without a pillowcase.
Okay. Ooh, no pillowcase. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, who we got? Shani. Where did I put Shani? Shani, I would like from you a perception check, please.
Click.
You believe you hear a voice calling, coming from what you have arbitrarily decided to be the east.
Okie dokie. Is it someone calling hello?
Something like that, yeah, you can just make it out. It's muffled as if it's coming from not very far, but like there might be something between you and whoever's calling. Possibly a woman's voice? Possibly a woman's voice, I don't want to assume any genders.
Who knows? Well, from what I can see, I'll dip round here to make sure there's nothing about to bite me.
Looking into a room exactly the same as the one you appeared in, awoke in.
So I'm going to quietly head towards this door and listen to it.
Perception check, please. Oh yeah. You hear on the other side of this door, you can make out what appears to be the sound of maybe a fire, like crackling, spitting sound, like something burning. And also, possibly the sound of tools being moved around, or metal, or something like that.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to open the door and wander in.
You open the door. You see... No surprise, this door swings open on well-oiled hinges to reveal a very large room. It is dimly lit in places by the same yellow crystals dotted around the ceiling, but further light comes from 3 large forges that dominate the room. 2 are freestanding, side by side in the centre of the room. The third sits built against one wall. Each forge burns brightly as if recently fueled and stoked. Around each one are benches and racks laden with the type of tools one expects to find in such a place, tongs, blah blah blah. There is also a pile of metal ingots, what looks to be caused a leather cord, and a selection of forged die moulds. Protruding from one wall are 2 hand pumps, buckets below each. Various other doors lead off from the room, with an imposing pair of large oak doors set into one wall in particular. This portal is flanked on either side by passageways. Also, to the southeast, by the tool racks next to the forge that sets into the wall, you see a person who will now describe themselves to you.
Very good.
You see a slightly bewildered, dishevelled, looking, red-haired human with kind of average height, green eyes, currently clutching a hammer. Doesn't look like they really know what to do with it.
Oh, lovely. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? The person wondering it is, according to my token, also ginger. Who bloody knows what colour those eyes are? Who bloody cares? But yes, they're grinning, looking like they're having a lovely day. How's your day going?
Hello? Oh, well, not wonderful. Do you know why we're here?
Not a clue. But that just means we get to find out more stuff, right?
Forget who I am. You're the best person I've found.
Same. Do you reckon there are more people here then?
I've not heard anyone else. I've been calling out as I go. I've not heard anyone else. But then these fires are lit. Someone's done that. Or something's shooting and going.
Can I pick up a hammer
Absolutely.
from these racks? I'm going to dunk it into one of the fires and start heating it up.
Okay, you are. You pick up a blacksmith hammer. There are some leather gauntlets lying around, sort of heat protective gauntlets that you could use to maybe protect your hand from the heat if you wish. And you place the head of the hammer. Give me an wisdom check first. The haft of the hammer is wood.
That's okay. I'm just trying to heat it up a bit because I feel like
Okay.
there may well be a need for whacking damage, and hot whacking damage is more damage.
This is why I grabbed a hammer.
Okay, you plunge the head of the hammer into the forge. It is extremely hot. I mean, this is literally a forge. And within seconds, the top part of the haft, which is protruding from the top of the metal hammer, starts to burn.
Oh shit, well that's the sign to take it out, I guess.
Okay, you feel like you dunk it into the water to quench the heat, and you feel like maybe the head of this hammer is a little wobblier now.
Okay, not the best experiment. Might need to swap that one back.
Okay, we'll move on. Moving back down to John Fighterman and Felder, looking into a bedroom area.
Cool.
Yes, indeed.
This bedroom area. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like, go on.
It's got the same 4 bed. Hang on, I can just move my token up and I can see how many beds there are. There's the same 4 beds.
Yes, the exact same. Yeah. Show you that again. Exactly the same description. 4 bunk beds, perfect. 4 trunks, and another door.
Cool. So I'm gonna follow Felder through and then look at them and go, oh, well, there's 2 of us, there's 4 beds, there must be at least 2 more people here. And just sort of bellow, hello! And just, shout and, see if anyone else is about, if anyone else can hear.
Not necessarily, it could always just be overcompensating. Nonetheless.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, I imagine you wouldn't. I'll tell you what. Find something to use as a weapon. I don't know. If there is beds here and there could be other people here, they might not be so friendly as us. And I will look inside a chest.
Roll for initiative. I'm kidding. You open a chest. Just picking one at random. Inside there is further bedding. There appears to be 2 sheets, 2 blankets, and 4 more of the smocks you are wearing. Would you like to open another trunk?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to have the same content.
Same deal. Another 2 sheets, another 2 blankets, another 4 smocks.
Great. Whoever lives here fucking has, like, an obsession with linens.
Maybe they're monks or something? I mean, simple, habits and that. Maybe.
You shut it and make a fucking mountain with monks on it. Great. Or
I don't know what a Shanghai is.
next we'll be like chanting mantras and pretending that we care about shit. Come on. We've got monks to kill.
I like Felder.
Okay. Okay. Just sort of follow along.
Why do I feel like Felder's just gained a pet?
Yeah, basically at the moment, that's John doesn't know which way's up. But you're a person.
Well, I am a ranger. I do need an animal companion at some point.
Beastmaster, there you go.
Okay, what are you doing next?
I guess going towards this door and opening it.
Another door.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Alright. As the door swings open, a gust of warm, damp air brushes over your skin. Though lit by the same yellow crystals, the light seems brighter here, revealing a bathhouse-style chamber. 2 large tiled baths dominate the room, filled with warm, clear water which appears to move slightly. Against one wall sits a low marble bench with a single wooden lid attached atop it. This room is warmed by the steam rising gently from the baths. And we will move on from there. Who is next? Ken and Ursin.
So, mate, what were you before this then?
You just dragged us over there, by the way.
I know, if I do a shift click on a token, it just drags everybody's vision to that area.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I thought you dragged our tokens.
No. I'm just dragging the focus of the map to whoever's turn it is at that time.
No worries.
I was once a fighter for the armies of the Emperor. You?
A bit of no one, bit of everyone, you know? Bit of a lad, bit of a venturer. I'm just searching for these chests while talking, by the way.
Exactly the same deal with those as well. Each trunk contains 2 sheets, 2 blankets, and 4 smocks, identical to the ones you are wearing.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep looking and having conversation.
I cannot for these charades. What is going on here?
That's what I'm trying to find out, mate. Honestly, and if you could help, it would be great.
What do you think I'm doing?
Don't know. Is this door unlocked? It's not.
And you see another bathroom identical to the one I've just described. And would you like to do?
I would like to peek inside a bathroom. I'd like to get some cleanness in my life.
It's nice and
Not
warm
like
in
what
here.
is going on.
What was that, Ken?
I do not like what is going on. It is all strange.
That is definitely currently going on. Is there like water in the bathtubs?
There is indeed. It is warm looking water, steam rises from it. It is swirling ever so slightly. Give me a perception check.
Oh, I can do nature.
You will die to water weird.
You notice that in one corner of the bath that you're looking into, and on the opposite corner as well, at the bottom, there is a small grate. It seems like the water is flowing in through one grate and out through the other.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
hate you, Angus.
Can I do a nature check to see if it's normal water or?
Well, if you can explain to me how a nature check without examining the water physically, can you what?
I'm going to taste the water. A drink of the water.
Okay. You bend down, cup your hand, scoop out a little water, raise it to your face. Doesn't have any distinctive odour. You take a sip. It's warm water. It's not quite hot. Just sort of like...
I love water.
Yeah, just seems like normal water.
Cool. This button on the
Temptation to pick in the water is
quite high. That is not a button.
Yeah.
It appears to be a valve, like a wheel.
If you want to be useful, you can turn the wheel.
You really think that would help?
Who knows at this point, mate? Who knows?
I'll take a glance down the shitter. Is it used?
Yeah, you lift the lid and this appears to be a toilet of some description. There's a black pit dropping away. It's about 18 inches across, drops into darkness. Doesn't seem to smell particularly.
No one has used this for some time. You said you turned a valve. I turned a valve.
I'll step away.
Nothing happens for a moment, and then you notice that the pool you're stood next to, Ken, the water starts to lower as it would appear that you've turned off the water flow for that bath. And we will move on from there, going back to Phoebe and Sarah, Tara and Shani.
Okay, so we've got hammers. We have a place to make hammer. We could all go through it.
Big ominous looking door up top.
Ooh, I love a big ominous door. Let's go.
Alright, the big ominous door. Are you opening the door?
If it will open.
The door opens. Pulling the heavy doors open towards you reveals a stone stairway leading up through a rough, undressed passage cut into solid rock, disappearing into the dark ahead. Above. Whatever.
So does it look like the light of the crystals runs out up there?
Looking up, it looks like it's possibly still up there, but it's very gloomy up there. Darker than where you are standing currently, but then there is a lot of light in this room from the forges as well.
Need light.
It would be really helpful if that were a cantrip that I'd ever heard of, but I've got Sacred Flame that I can just keep casting. It won't be subtle, but it'll be bright.
Is there any kind of... There's no torch or anything in this forge? Nothing we could fashion one out of?
Not really, no. Metal, yes. You have a slightly burned hammer. You could use the handle of that to perhaps use as the basis of a torch if you had something to wrap around it and set fire to it.
I feel like I don't really... Are the tunics literally the only things we're wearing?
Yep.
Because otherwise, that's going to be an interesting fight.
You are barefoot.
Just a little bit.
Gonna be that kind of
brave and hope Chris will carry on, and we'll use your Sacred Flame, and we'll bring it
into the dark.
Moving up.
Yeah. Cupped in our hammers.
I do like that it's completely abandoned.
Alright, I'm going to stop you there. And we'll move on to Daphne and Sham. I will ping the map over to you guys when I find you, because it's quite a large map.
Sham, you need to change your name to Celeste.
Why does she need to change her name to Celeste?
It was a shitty girl band. Daphne and Celeste.
Oh,
I
God!
I started peeing myself when you said that.
Took me a moment. I don't think Daphne and Celeste probably made it to Canada. I'm...
No, I was going to say, I'm probably too Canadian to know this.
Okay, so Daphne...
About one hit over here.
Okay, so we decided we were going to go find more people?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess we go this way.
So, yeah, I don't remember anything. You don't remember anything?
No, and it's quite perturbing.
This is weird that both of us ended up here not knowing anything. Are you hungry? I'm really hungry.
I'm trying not to think about it, but I'm used to it. Beauty is pain.
I stop dead in my tracks and go, crazy. I need to keep walking.
I can tell you've not been at court much. Is that door? Does it open?
I reach out and try to open the door.
The door opens to reveal
Oh.
Hey.
The bedroom?
another bedroom. You
I walk in the bedroom going, okay, so there's a bedroom. Where's the kitchen?
Well, at least the linens look clean.
I just look at her and I'm like, eh.
I will stroke one of them and be like, oh, and like wipe my fingers on my
yeah. It's really, it's not good bedding at all. It's like, this is peasant quality.
It's fine. I'm a peasant, so whatever.
I'm like testing the pillow to see how fluffy that is. Oh, I need at least 3 of those.
I don't normally use a pillow. You can have mine. Don't worry about it. You need an extra pillow? If anybody, I mean, there's only 2 of us, but if there's more people, you can have my pillow. I don't usually use them. I just, put my head on a branch or something, or a nice soft piece of grass. I don't really worry too much about pillows.
Oh, Daphne's
soft.
Just staring at Sham, like with her mouth hung open. She's like, I think we should keep going and looking for others. Thank you for your sacrifice. Yes, lunch.
Okay, so do we see any other doors or anything?
There is a door on the opposite wall that Daphne has just moved over to.
May I open it?
Oh, there we go.
Hey, corridor.
A corridor running arbitrarily north.
Oh, wonderful.
Where do you want to go from here? I take a big sniff of the air. I'm like, nothing smells like lunch, I don't think.
Give me a perception check, please, Sham, Celeste.
Okay, perception.
I'll give you that one. 2 things. You notice, being the sort of person you are, you notice that the bedroom is devoid of the moss that's growing on the walls of the tunnels. The other thing you notice, no, you're wrong. Something does smell like lunch.
Oh.
Something up ahead smells like food.
Okay, I smell food and I start running off ahead.
Oh.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes and not quickly, but follow after if it doesn't get out of sight.
Sham, give me another perception check, please. Yeah, exactly. Give me another perception. Yeah, you think that something behind this door to your left smells like lunch.
Okay, yes. I would like to open the door.
Okay, you open the door and you see... The door opens to reveal a room lit not only by another yellow crystal in the ceiling, but also by warm, welcoming firelight. On the wall opposite you stand 2 large fireplaces constructed of the same stone as the walls around you. One is equipped with 2 rotisserie spits, the other with a large iron grill. The stone fronting above each fire contains a small steel door. The room itself is well stocked with 3 sturdy wooden tables, a couple of benches, shelving containing various jars, bunches of herbs hang from hooks about the room, pots, pans, baking tins and assorted cooking implements sit about on the shelving and tables. An alcove on one wall houses a large pile of chopped firewood. Into another wall 2 basins are set, standing a few feet above the ground. Between the 2 stands an iron pump bolted to the stone floor with a wooden bucket beneath.
I have a question.
Sure.
There's herbs and stuff, but do we see anything to actually, to make a meal out of? We can season it, we can cook it, but is there anything to actually
There
eat?
is, on one of the rotisserie spits, a chicken that looks like it's nearly done.
I run over to it. And I start looking at the herbs and I want to start adding some of sniffing the herbs to see if anything's like rosemary or anything I recognize to make this chicken.
Oh yeah, there's rosemary, thyme. There's all sorts of herbs. Like this kitchen.
So I'm crunching it. Yeah.
This kitchen is a cook's delight. It's got everything you need, apart from any other food apart from this chicken, which you're now eating.
Okay, so I'd like to do it's not. You said it's not quite done. So
Not quite.
Grinding up little bits of like herbs to like sprinkle on it, so it's like extra.
Okay, so we will leave you there cooking. Back to Felder and Sam.
Indeed.
I feel like, hang on, because I'm doing you guys in pairs, I feel like I've missed David. So we'll come back around to David. Sorry, David, you are looking into a bedroom.
Okay, yep, I'll walk on into the bedroom. Seeing these chests, I'll open them up in the...
Same deal.
Finding some better clothes to wear.
Same deal. 4 smocks, 2 blankets, 2 sheets.
Can I lift them all out?
Uh-huh.
And just because I'm aware what people can be like hiding things, is there anything either hidden amongst the smocks, blankets and sheets?
I'll have an investigation check.
Bottom?
I'll have an investigation check, please. No, you don't appear to find anything of any interest other than the sheets, blankets and smocks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just sort of go, Can I try feeling under the beds in case underneath the mattresses someone has put something?
Investigation check again. Nothing of interest under any of the beds. The slats are loose and can be removed.
Not really the most useful. Bit too obvious walking around with the bed slat. So yeah, I think Silas will carry on heading north as he sees a door at the end.
Go for it.
But knowing that they're at least obtainable, he might have to run back and grab one. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Indeed. Corridor running what you've decided is north. With a turn.
Yeah, I'll start walking up. I can see there's a junction.
Uh-huh.
I see there's another door.
Uh-huh.
I'll just go and open that door.
Alright. The door creaks slowly open on noisy binding hinges to reveal a large chamber lit by the same kind of glowing crystal. Your breath fogs before your face. This room is cold. A thin layer of frost is spread about the area and the walls themselves, which are covered by racks of shelving. The shelves are laden with various sacks, baskets, jars, bottles and casks. Near the door, a group of large barrels stand with spigots already placed into the sides. Along one wall is a rack hung with slabs of butchered meat and fish. There appear to be no other exits or windows.
I'm going to presume that if the butchered meats are hanging, they're hanging on a hook of some description.
They have rope tied around them, and the other end of the rope is tied to the top of a wooden rack.
Oh, okay. I was hoping for something sharp and pointed.
I bet you were.
Is there anything in a bottle?
Sure, yeah, there's some like bottles of wine.
Yeah, I'll go and grab a few bottles of wine then.
You got a couple of
and
bottles
go back out into the corridor. If I see a corkscrew, I'll grab that as well, because I'm presuming that...
There doesn't appear to be any implement like that here.
No,
but you do have 2 bottles of wine.
I'll take the bottles of wine. Those could be useful.
Okay.
If in doubt, I'll smash them and drink them.
Okay, keep going.
I make my way back up north and keep on following.
Okay. Corridor keeps running. Same yellow crystals, same mossy walls. I'll stop you there.
I'll go to the other...
Whoop, I'll stop you.
I'll stick one bottle underneath an arm.
Stop you there.
Oh, right, okay.
Before you, an apparition hangs in the air of the passageway. Floating in the gloom, the spectral outline of a human hovers, its lower half nothing more than mist like wisps of vapour. Its head turns to regard you, a featureless face barely glimpsed beneath the spectral hood pulled about it. As if moving independently from the head, the rest of the vision's body turns towards you and it begins to float slowly in your direction. And we'll move on.
Right.
Shani and Tara. Moving up the stairs.
Moving up the stairs.
Oh, isn't it me and Sam first?
Is it? I'm getting confused by the doing people in pairs. What I'm going to do is, where are we? We were kind of, yeah. So I will remove. We'll move. Try and remember who's to, because like doing it in pairs now that you've met up is kind of getting confusing for me. So try and remember which order we're in. Did I just delete? I just deleted Phoebes. Whoops, sorry, Phoebe. Hang on a minute.
I suppose if you just delete one person from each pair, and then whoever's
Yeah, how do you do that?
in that pair.
You just press A.
Okay.
Click on it.
Delete one from there.
I would suggest, because we seem to be in a clockwork thing, just go rotation round the
So
room.
Daphne and Shani, Silas on his own, Shani and Tara, John and Felder, Ken and me. So, okay, I've got you in an order now. We're going to stick with the order I've got. We'll carry on with Shani and Tara for the moment.
No worries.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Who's what?
Keep on heading up the stairs.
Okay, move your tokens where you would like to go.
Okay.
Hello. Well, listen.
Oh, hang on, I need to move something. That wasn't supposed to be there. That was a leftover from when I was testing the map. And I will stop you there. As the tunnel progresses ahead of you, it becomes increasingly overgrown with roots, vines, and other plants. Defying nature, the plants appear to be thriving despite the lack of sunlight, their roots gripping firmly to bare rock. At the head of the tunnel, the plant life grows up around a pair of wrought iron gates that block your path. Set into large, sturdy columns carved out of the rock walls of the tunnel, the gates are choked with vines, making it difficult to make out what lies beyond, but the sounds of wind in the trees accompanied by bird calls is unmistakable.
Well, shit, if only we had a druid.
A way out, isn't it? I mean, I can see what I can do. I don't feel like I'm at full strength in here.
I mean, leaves are leaves, right? They can.
The one time I didn't take druid craft.
That's also my real life approach to plants. I'm not good at keeping them.
Let's go. I'm gonna. How overgrown is it? Can I try and get up close to this gate and see?
Yeah, the path. I mean, it's as the picture. It's as the picture is shown. You can get right up to the gates.
How overgrown is it? Like, if we started tugging away.
It's very overgrown. The gates themselves are choked with vines and plants. It would take a lot of work to get this cut down.
Okay, so we need someone who's good with fire. Sorry, is that rude to you get to your kind of people?
No.
It's
Whatever we need to do in this situation, to be honest. You could try burning it. If we can't stop it, I'd be worried.
I mean, I don't really have regular fire, but I can have a crack at it. I'll chuck a sacred flame at some of the overgrown bits, see if it does anything.
Okay, you throw fire at a section like by the on the gate itself, I'm assuming.
Yeah, why not?
Roll the sacred flame for damage. Okay. The fire burns some of the leaves and a little bit of the vines, which after a few seconds immediately grow back. Tara, you are astonished by this. This seems like some majorly high-level druidcraft.
Can I do some kind of check on it, see if I can work out what's going on? Or
What are you trained in?
nature?
You're not trained in nature by the looks of it. Give me an Arcana. Yeah, you think this is definitely magical druidcraft. Absolutely, a high-level druid of some description has caused these plants to grow up. This is not a natural occurrence at all.
Definitely my people. This is too powerful for me.
The plants themselves are all things you would encounter in nature. There's nothing unnatural about the plants themselves. The fact that they're growing here and their reaction to the sacred flame, definitely unnatural. We will move on. Where were we? John and Felder.
The best team best.
Yes, master, whatever you say.
Off my own fucking ego. Finally.
Apparently. Sam, I swear there's an interesting character here.
Somewhere. We'll find
Somewhere. Maybe.
As we come into the washroom here, can I have a little taste of the water to see if I can notice anything off with it, or if it's just like standard natural water?
So again, you stoop down, cup hand, scoop some water out, take a sip. Give me a nature check.
Cool. Wow. Yeah.
It's definitely water.
Yeah, it's water. Well, at least we went inside there. There's that. Fancy a dip?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but because the changes.
I mean, there's changes of closeness. I mean, I feel like there's more important stuff right now than a bath.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Maybe.
Fine. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to
I'm
jump
just gonna-
down the toilet or something.
I wasn't planning on jumping in there.
Again, lifting the lid, pit about 18 inches across, descending into darkness, no discernible smell.
I will make use of the facilities while Felder is going through the door.
Sure thing.
So then,
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll notice
Like,
it.
well, yeah,
and then just leave.
yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, you're going off that way. I'm gonna take a moment because I'm nervous.
Fair. Moving on, Angus. Felder.
Moving on, depending on how long it takes him to pee.
Yep. Largely depends on. Oh, thanks. If you shout back.
No.
You see a large room filled with forges and tools, and an open pair of doors on the opposite wall. There are other doors on the east and west walls, two of which are also open.
Yep.
Moving into the room, or?
Yeah, I'll be moving in. Assumedly going over the tools first off to see if there's anything offensive I can use.
Again, tongs, hammers.
Nothing really that's jumping out to me.
No.
Serious game. I'm
No.
currently holding something offensive.
No other actions from you guys. I shall move on back to Ken and Ursin. Ken and Ursin, you are in a bathroom.
I'll turn the valve back on so the water rises again.
It does indeed.
See, seems to be washroom. We must continue forward and find our adversaries.
Or just friends. You know? Not everything
Sure.
has to be fight. I'm gonna open the door. Oh, hello.
A corridor leading to the northwest, and another door.
You know what? I don't like all this stone. It's it's constricting. You know.
I agree.
Yeah, don't see the sky, and it's not comforting.
And again,
Ah.
Oh.
My face lights up with glee at the sight of this.
yeah, strange that.
You and me both.
And you also, as you enter the room, see to the west a woman stood by one of the tool racks, who will now describe themselves to you. Although we've already had the descriptions, haven't we? So the description that you had earlier. Angus, and I'm going to assume that John has joined Felder by this point,
When they finish PE.
and you are
We'll
all,
move up and join, yeah.
the four of you are all facing each other.
I'm going to go towards. Is there any weapon or tool on this thing?
There's another blacksmith hammer and some tongs, various
Pick up the
blacksmithing
hammer.
tools. Sure.
Just, they're new people. I don't know if they're the ones captured me or not.
You have a mace.
Cool. You know anything? Know why we're here?
Are you the monks?
I'm certainly not a monk, no.
Oh, that's alright then. John is fine. They ain't monks.
Oh, right, people, sorry. John should sort of like had a sort of mitigation, like, a forge, my happy place, okay.
I'm just a big hairy man, that's about it. Long hair, more hair than any man should have. What up?
Sounds like several people I know.
What would you guys like to do?
At least we have water, means of defending ourselves. Just need food. It's not all looking too bad so far.
Well, we only have a forge. It's not like it's anything good here.
It's better than what we
This
had.
depends on what you want.
Well,
I
it depends.
can-
Do you have any like, bars?
I look around for iron bars.
There are ingots of... Where are we? Where is it? You see some steel ingots, copper ingots, and iron ingots, and also a lot of leather thongs.
Oh, I'm gonna put a level thong on.
Not that kind of thong.
God.
Damn it.
Ah,
Like
my homeland.
long leather strips, Ty.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That's not as exciting.
it depends what you can make out of it.
Blacksmithing
I will be able to acquire us many weapons from this forge, if not possibly some form of protective armors. My name is Kenichi Nobushia, and you are?
Me? I'm Sid. You know, the guy you've been traveling
Simple.
with. In our name. It's fine.
I'm assuming that was directed at Felder and John.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I think Fel's gonna. Did you not know your companion's name?
We have only met moments ago.
Yeah, it's not been a tremendous amount of time.
Well, me and the boy here seem to be the same situation.
Yeah, the boy speak.
I don't know.
John sort of gives a wave and sort of goes, hello, I'm John Smith. I can help making stuff too.
So you can
John
sniff
Smith.
and-
Smith, amazing.
Right.
I mean, judgments are being made, I feel.
Judgments are indeed being made. I'm not named Felder Woodsman after all, so.
And we will move on. You four are now in the same initiative sequence. Back to Daphne and Sham in the kitchen cooking chicken.
I would like to there's plates and things.
Yes, absolutely. Cutlery, plates.
Daphne, could you be so good as to start setting the table? We might as well eat this while it's hot.
I mean, can I look around? Like, I've met people like Sham before. I know this is a hopeless cause. So can I just look around for anything else in this room?
Such as?
That's not dinner related. So like another door, anything.
There appear to be no other exits. Give me an investigation check.
18.
Okay, you're kind of desperately searching around for anything useful. There's cooking implements, herbs, spices, that kind of thing, buckets. What you also find amongst the cooking implements are 3 sharp kitchen knives and a meat cleaver, which could potentially be used as weapons.
I'm going to look.
And I turn around and go, perfect, I need one of those too.
Well, to be honest, I'll keep one of the knives, but it's quite clear that Daphne is not a fighter. She's her figure is from careful avoidance of food and good life, rather than any form of exercise at all. So she will take one of the sharp kitchen knives and hand the others over to you.
Okay.
I'm clearly wanting them for the chicken. I'm not thinking about defense until I fed myself.
As soon as you do that, I'm like, right.
Excellent. Well, Daphne, I've added a dagger to your character sheet. I will add one to Sham's character sheet as well. Yours is covered in chicken grease, though.
And it's okay.
Extra poison damage. Salmonella damage.
Salmonella damage.
No, it's cooked. It's cooked. It's delicious damage.
Yep, it is cooked. So, would you like to eat the chicken?
I see that Daphne is useless at setting the table. Can I just grab a couple of whatever, anything plate or platter like?
Yep, there's a couple of plates.
Put 2 down.
Sure.
Okay, I load 2 up with chicken and put them on the table and sit down and commence eating with my hands.
Sure. Well, there is cutlery, but go ahead.
I will pick up a fork and a knife and a serviette, and I will literally scrape off any skin, any joy, anything, and only eat the whitest, driest bits of meat I can find.
I fucking hate your character.
So do I.
I take the knife and I look over the stuff that she's not eating, the skin and the tasty bits. I'm like, those are the best bits, and I stab them with my knife and put them on my plate.
I look longingly as you do this, but I let you do it.
All right. We will move on from this lovely domestic bliss in the kitchen and move back to who is next? Silas. There is this ghostly apparition in the hallway moving towards you rapidly.
Silas is half torn between just shrinking back. Is there a space underneath it to dive under it?
Potentially, yeah. Do you want to give me a acrobatics or athletics check?
Let's go with a acrobatics. Yeah, he's going to try and roll underneath it.
Go for it.
And just keep on rushing for the door, I think.
Oh, absolutely. You roll under it deftly with ease. Looking back over your shoulder, it moves through the wall and is gone.
Silas is going to sort of just stop there, just sort of like holding his bottle, and then sort of just staring at the space where it's disappeared to, and going, I need to find a bottle opener fast.
I hadn't forgotten about the bottle. I was gonna break the bottles, but with a 22, you made that roll completely fine. You open the door to reveal a forge room filled with light and people. You are now all on the same initiative turn. So, all 5 of you, Ken, Ursin, Felder, John and Silas. The 4 of you turn as the door opens, and there is a man wearing the same clothes, the same smock as you, holding 2 bottles of wine and looking a little shocked, shall we say.
Yeah, sort of sweat beading down his forehead, sort of like panting as though he's just run a marathon. He's got sort of fairly mid-length brown hair. He's not the tallest, and probably looks as though he's certainly been well fed. He's not skinny. I wouldn't say so overweight. He's sort of looking as though he's obviously, not being underfed. Maybe, let's say. And he walks and he goes, "Oh, thank God, there's more people here." Right. What the hell is happening? The last thing I remember. So we were there. We were drinking, and then here. Who are you? Did Chomsey put you up to this?
I know not who you speak of. My name is Kenichi Nobusha. Welcome.
Absolutely did, Drunky. Give me one of those.
He says, "You may have one if you can find me a bottle opener or a way of opening it without spilling mine across the floor."
Bottle first.
John's gonna pick
I can open those without issue. I need string. I need fire. This is all.
Perfect. He says he'll hand a bottle over to Felder. Felder's coming in and hand his to Ken and say, Don't worry about letting it here. Sorry, manners, yes. My name is Thomas von Vilpig. I'm the son of Earl Bremener von Vilpig. Perhaps you've heard of him? You will pay handsomely for my return safely, if you happen to know the way out of here.
We all appear to be in the same predicament. None of us know where we are or why we are here.
Sit down, Piggy. We're here for the long term.
Well, the last thing I remember, we were drinking in the Blue Boar Tavern, and I can't really remember much after that, but...
I will move on from there, moving things on quickly. You guys are starting to get to know each other, and up here, Tara and Shani. As you were investigating these overgrown gates, the pair of you both hear, back down the way you come, down the stairs, there's definitely voices.
We go see who they are. Like that. Yeah, let's go.
After you. One.
Hello?
As you enter the room, you see 4 men and a woman standing around talking. 2 of them appear to be attempting to open bottles of wine. Ken, John, and everybody else feel free to interact with each other.
Oh, there's more. Wait, are they with you as well?
Too.
Yes, let's just speed it up. We all just woke up here, I assume. And let's wait. And I'll point at Silas.
I think we pointed at Thomas, which is what he's introduced himself as.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, Piggy.
Yes?
Where's your friend? I woke up with next to John. Ken here woke up next to Harry Man. We've got 2 people here. Where's your other?
Well, the cell next to me was empty, but I suppose the closest thing I've seen to a person before you was that ghastly apparition that dashed through the windows, or walls, or whatever it happened to be. I just dived under it. Managed to save the bottles of wine, though, keep the important things to hand.
Yes, of course. Right, so Piggy here has murdered his friend, turned into a ghost. So I say we use them as firewood. Go on.
Ghosts aren't real. So...
He will not be good at firewood, but flesh does not burn like firewood.
Well...
Oh, besides, it seems as though this forge is hot enough already.
Yeah, but he'll burn up because, he's so fucking drunk. Basically pickled already.
I haven't managed to open it, and I must be stone cold sober at this point.
So Tara and Shani, you appear to have walked into quite an odd scene.
Shani's just watching. Shani's having a great time. Oh, you're just going to set this down? Fine. Alright, fine. Healing spells are ready, I guess.
Maybe we'll just go back up the stairs and look at the flowers some more.
We did find some plants and daylight up there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, go ahead and
Yeah,
put him in the forge first, you know. Good to complete your
that will
task.
help the situation.
And we'll move on. You guys are all now in the same initiative order. Sequence, rather. Back in the kitchen, Daphne and Sham.
I imagine Sham's manners, eating manners, I'm not used to it, so I'm probably trying to make conversation, but put off by the way you're eating the chicken. So I'm like, so
Sham
do
is eating. She can't hear you.
She's just shoveling chicken into her face.
All my attention is on this, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. Oh, yeah, it's a good thing there's not more people here. And I look at you, and with like food in my mouth for the first time. Like after I mumbled something about being good, there's not more of us because there's barely enough for the two of us here.
Will you be long? I really think we need to move on and see who we can find.
Yeah. The way Sham's eating mostly. Oh, sure, go. Carry on.
I would like to gesticulate at her with the chicken leg. No, you eat everything you can on your plate because you don't know when the next meal is coming. I don't know what's going on here, but we might need our strength, and you look like a good wind could knock you over. You eat because I'm not carrying you.
Oh, you don't need to carry me. I'm quite slow.
And people hear
And
me.
what if we don't eat?
Yes.
What if we need to run from things? How long can you run? Can you run from miles away after a wounded stag or away from an angry bear?
Why would I have to?
How could you not have to? These things happen sometimes. You need to eat to have energy. And I go back to like shoveling the food in my face.
And I'm just staring at her like, but I live in that doesn't happen in court.
Kangaroo court.
Okay, the chicken's just about finished.
I just said, I say, you're not in court.
No, it's becoming very obvious that I'm not.
The chicken's just about done.
Yes.
Should we carry on then in that corridor outside? If you've
sure. I took the last chicken. I took the last chicken leg, in like a fold of my I kind of like hike up part of my wrap and make like a
There is, there's little sort of like baskets with handles for herbs and stuff. You can put some in there.
If there's any pouch type things, I'll stick it in there and take a bit of twine and make myself a belt and hang it from it.
Sure.
And,
okay. So you now have a makeshift belt with a little pouch of chicken on it.
Yes.
Perfect.
And a knife.
And a dagger. There is still a third dagger and the meat cleaver. No.
What? No.
So I missed that. I think.
There's
I don't think anybody heard that.
You both have a dagger. Sham has her makeshift belt with the pouch of chicken. There is still a third kitchen knife stroke dagger and the meat cleaver.
Perhaps you should take those just in case.
I assumed I had the meat cleaver from doing the chicken. That was what I used on the chicken.
Okay, I will add.
And then I had the knife. So yes.
I will give the second dagger to Daphne, unless there's any objections from Sham.
Yep.
So you have two daggers, Daphne, and for the cleaver, I will put a hand axe on Sham's. It's a meat cleaver, but effectively it's got the same stats.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do now, girls?
So, outside again, I think further north there was a bit of I assume it was up the corridor. not the way we came.
So you head out into the corridor.
To be honest, I'd probably say it, and whether or not Sham's following me, I'm like, that's where I'm going. She can either come or not.
How do I move? Oh, there. That's fine.
There's a door. Can I listen to the door?
Give me a perception check.
In.
Oh yeah, you hear crackling firelight. You hear firelight. You hear sounds of crackling fire, and voices. Several voices.
Oh.
I like tighten my grip on the dagger. I turn to Sham and goes, I think we've got company inside. Let's hope they're not as hangry as you seem to be.
You see a forge room as you enter. Congratulations, the whole group is together. I will take us out of initiative, and you may now interact freely with each other and move around this area as you see fit. Whilst you do that, you guys get to know each other, chat, come up with reasons why you're here and what to do next. I will be back in one moment.
There's wine. I could really use some wine.
Oh, wine!
Well, that bottle is for Felder to share with the rest of you. I've got mine. Unless any of you have fought off a ghost already?
I will stride over
Well,
to
I think I
Silas.
deserve this.
No, I'm going to stride over to Silas. So let me have a look at the vintage.
Where is this lunch then that you've made?
We ate it.
Right.
Well,
Made
I ate most of
lunch.
it. She didn't eat much. Well, I
So
finished
no
it with
share.
cooking. I rotisseried it. I put more herbs on it, make it tastier. It was very tasty. Really good.
You brought a leg, didn't you?
I take it that you found a
I
kitchen of some
you in the shin.
description.
Yes, we definitely found a kitchen. A very good kitchen.
Let me see the vintage of that bottle.
You definitely remember seeing a corkscrew in the kitchen.
Oh, let's get that corkscrew and let's get
Kitchen
drunk.
has everything you would need
Let's go kitchen party.
for more food.
Kerry, are you, Kerry, your token's still in the corridor. Are you moving into the forge room as well?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Just for anybody who hasn't used Roll20 before, move your token where you want it to be, so I can keep an eye on where you are.
Another druidic person. Oh, hello.
I'm going to take my bottle and head towards the kitchen, or head towards Sham and say, so the kitchen's this way, is it? I need a bottle opener.
I'm going in the kitchen too. Salt and herbs.
I'll follow and be like, so what sort of flavor of druidism do you do?
Anger.
The circle of anger.
Yeah, it's constant. It's constant, sadly.
Oh, I come from the upper circle, but of course not everyone's always invited into our
Daphne
small little...
absolutely eyeing Silas up and down right now. Trying to work out if I've seen him before.
I really want to be part of an upper circle. If they eat like she eats, you couldn't run from a bear. Or after a bear.
What if he just turned into the bear?
Well, you still need the energy to run away from the bear or towards the bear, whether you're in bear form or not.
To bear or
Taste
to
really
bear?
good in bear form.
Oh, wait a minute. How old is Daphne?
What a question to ask a lady.
This might be a thing of where you might have seen my character, potentially.
She looks like she's in her late 20s, but she's in her mid 40s.
Okay. If you have a role at any local magical academy, you might have suspected of seeing him there amongst the other students.
Okay. I don't, but I go back and forth to magical academy. So, I would go there for guest lecturing or as in to attend guest lectures if my lord wants me to go and learn something new.
he certainly has that vibe about him. He carries
picking
himself
that
like
up.
a bit of a student.
I'm picking that up, and instantly I've put myself above him in the hierarchy, so I'm very happy.
Absolutely fine.
I come into the kitchen.
Whoa! Let's move
I
tokens. If people are going to the kitchen, let's move tokens in that direction, please.
I don't know where the kitchen is, mate,
Ursin, stop there. I'm going to move you back a little way. I'm going to move you back to there.
Yeah.
I'm going to move Sham back to the back because you moved through last.
Yeah.
As you round the corner.
I'm gonna punch a ghost.
No, you're not. Standing in the passageway facing away from you is some kind of animal. As you watch, it pricks up its ears and begins to turn. There seems to be something horribly wrong with this dog. Sections of its anatomy have been replaced with what appear to be mechanical parts. Metal clanks and pistons hiss as it moves. Where flesh meets steel, the creature's skin looks sore and inflamed. Completing the turn, the unusual hound now faces you. Its eyes are like glowing embers in a disfigured face. Its lower jaw replaced with a maw of razor-sharp looking steel fangs, backlit by some infernal glow within the creature's throat. Steam bellows out from between the fangs as the hound lets out a hissing growl, body hunkering down ready to pounce, steel claws scrape at the steel floor. Roll for initiative.
Poor doggy.
Yeah, but I just wanted some food, man. I got a 6. Let's go.
We'll have everybody in the initiative order. Remember, select your token before you click initiative.
Oh, did I not?
You did. That's just for everybody in general.
I'm far too excited about the forge to care about the dog.
Yes, I'm assuming while that conversation was. I don't remember fucking supplying you guys. Like, I've given you food, a kitchen, a forge, bathroom, so and so sleep. I didn't give you a whore.
Well, I'm here.
I'm not playing with Feria anymore.
Yes, exactly. Silas, you are up first.
I'm going to just seeing it, just speaking to the others. Go. Did either of you find anything that could be used as a weapon? Knife, something like that?
Yes.
Is it? I would say. Would you mind? I'd rather not break the wine bottle if I have to stab it.
Sham, it is your turn next. Would you like to give Silas a weapon?
No, I don't like him. My impression is no, I'm not giving him a weapon.
Okay.
No, he was condescending.
Excellent. I like it. Watch how you interact with your party members, people. Okay, so Silas, you have no weapon.
In which case, Silas then will say, "Well, you know what they say, Sham. Ladies first. And offer to let her go in front of him."
Would you like to move? You can move behind her if you like.
Yeah, and then Silas will sort of start slowly backing up around the corner.
Sure, go for it. Is that it? Is that as far as you're moving?
Yeah, he's then just going to call into the other room and say, "Found some form of mechanical dog hybrid. It appears aggressive. Anyone good with animals? Come to the front. Don't be shy."
All right, we'll move on to Sham. You're next. For anybody who hasn't used Roll20, movement on your turn in initiative is generally 30 feet, which is 5 squares on the map. You have an action and movement in whichever order you want to take it. Move and act, and then move some more. Action, move and act. Your movement is 30 feet, though, in your turn. So, Sham, what would you like?
Okay, so I have...
Sorry?
Isn't it 6 squares typically?
5, 10, 15... 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sorry, 6 squares, my bad.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably why I'm not getting the fights as quickly as everybody else when I'm playing.
Explains a lot.
Sham, sorry, 6 squares. Hello, what would you like to do?
I have high animal handling. Is there a way I can use that to see if I can, this dog looks unhappy, but maybe he's just in pain. Maybe he's not actually angry at us. And I have a chicken bone I can throw him.
Okay, so exactly what... Explain... I'll give you the animal handling roll, but explain exactly to me what you are doing.
Well, because I have a lot of experience with animals and body language and that, and I want to see what I can tell if this dog is just if it's frightened and aggressive, or if it's if it's actually aggressive, and if I think that I can, maybe distract
Right.
it.
Okay. So you want to get a read on the dog first. So give me an animal handling roll. 16. Okay. Good. Yeah, this dog just seems like it wants to eat you. Doesn't seem frightened. It just looks like it's hungry and has found something to attack.
It's hungry, I understand that. Can I try chucking the chicken at it?
Sure.
Speaking of
Okay.
hungry, what is my dog doing? Mo?
You ate the poor dog's chicken from previously. You put it on.
Sorry, I'm back. My actual dog was doing something. Sorry, I missed it. Could I check my chicken?
Yeah. Give me a. So you want to chuck the chicken bone? Roll for chicken bone. So it's like a chicken leg, yeah.
Yeah, it's still got meat on it. I'm saying chicken bone, but I saved it because it's got a fair amount of meat left on it.
Give me a straight dexterity roll. So, like where it actually says dexterity on your stats, just click on the word dexterity.
Okay, this is probably dumb, but I feel like she would do it.
No, you're role playing. I like it.
Closer and then throw it.
Sure.
Can I get a bit closer and then throw it so
Sure.
I have a better chance of getting it, at or past the dog?
Sure, if you wish. You can move through party members.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm there. Do I get any bonus then if I'm actually throwing from closer?
My judgment on how much you need to roll will be slightly lower.
Okay.
Okay, you toss the chicken leg towards the dog and it lands squarely at the dog's feet. The dog takes a sniff and we will then move on to Tara's turn and discover what the dog does on the dog's turn. After I put the dog in initiative. Whoops. I haven't DM'd for ages, can you tell?
Disgraceful. Why are you not ready to go and practice 100% of the time at all times?
Luckily, actually, it is the dog's turn next. So before we come to Tara, the dog, I'm going to say that the dog bends its head, sniffs at the chicken bone, or the chicken leg, snaps it up with a gobble very quickly, and continues to step forwards slightly more cautiously. Tara.
I'm guessing I'll have heard.
Yeah, you can hear what's going on. You're unaware of the chicken situation, but the rest of it you're pretty sure there's some kind of animal that Silas is not keen to encounter.
Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll have to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh yeah, that's something I didn't explain to those unfamiliar with D&D and Roll20. You can use your action to dash rather than taking an action, so you can move double speed, as Tara just did. Alright, you have moved and dashed. Anything to say?
Yeah. What's going on? Everything okay?
Alright, Shani.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. That's going to be a dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alrighty.
I move across the room.
Felder, commotion in the hallway.
Yeah, there is a commotion going on. Let's move forward, I think. Find out what's going on. And that's all I can do, really. Dashing forward, of course, to see what's going on. I'm too far back to really see the situation, so... I'll do.
Alright. John Smith.
unmuted. There we go. I popped in the text thing just so I didn't want to talk over anyone about picking up a blacksmith hammer.
Sure. Okay. I will add a hammer to your character sheet.
Thanks very much. I'll cast my eyes about. Is there anything that might approximate some manner of shield?
Not really. You could theoretically pick up a chair, sort of, lion tamer style.
I'll just stick with the hammer for the moment, and then I'm going to move up to the side of the door so that anyone trying to flee can actually get through. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Huzzah! Numbers.
Alrighty.
Okay. If I could hold an action if a bad thing comes through to smack it.
I'm gonna rule that going through the tools and picking up a hammer. You said that? Wait, you said that before initiative started. Actually, so yes, you can hold an action.
I'm happy to have it.
No, you did actually say that before initiative started, so you can hold an action should you wish.
Cool. I'll hold an action to smack a bad thing. Not one of the people. They are not bad things yet.
Yes, okay. So, if bad thing, then snack.
Yep.
Daphne.
I will start heading towards the commotion.
Alrighty.
But honestly, I'm not going to dash because there's not really much I'll be able to do, so...
You're not in a rush to get mauled by a strange dog.
Absolutely not.
If she's another chicken, she doesn't have the energy to dash.
I need to make an effort, or make it look like I'm interested, but it'll be sorted.
Right. Okay. So you're make. Do you want to give me a performance check to show that you are trying to look interested? Oh gosh, yeah. You look so concerned.
I'm used to this, to making people see what I want them to see.
Excellent. Ursin. Strange doggo, bit of chicken grease dripping from its chin, moving forwards towards Sham.
I'm gonna just walk up, mind me, sorry. And then I'd like to rage.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip my tunic up and just rip it off and go, "Wah."
So Sham, this very, very hairy man steps past you, rips his tunic off so now he's naked and looks really angry. What else, Ursin?
I'm gonna smack this dog.
Give me that hit.
Okay. Oh. Okay, what's that? No, I deleted the hammer by accident.
How did you manage that? Okay. Hang on. Wait. Let me adjust your sheet. Doop.
Let me roll it.
Just a moment. Okay, you should be able to use that now.
No. I clicked the hammer.
Not in the items, in the attack above it.
Oh, yeah, so can't. Oh, what's that? That's right, it's locked. Right.
What?
How did that work? What have I done?
What have you done? Just a moment.
I've touched it since you said to fix it, so...
Try clicking it again.
Yeah, it'll work now.
Oh, it works, but you're so angry that the swing goes completely wild and misses the dog completely. I'm afraid. Moving on. Ken. Commotion in the hallway.
Dog, I killed that dog.
Sorry?
I didn't, technically.
Ken? Craig?
Seeing Daphne's clear need to get through the door.
Right? I mean, she looks really...
charred.
Okay. She looks so concerned.
I'm dashing to get in front of Daphne's performance that I believe so much.
Absolutely you do. Are you... Now, this is player knowledge, not character knowledge. Are you dashing to get in front of Daphne to protect her, or just to get in front of her?
I definitely looked like there was something clearly happening in that corridor I can't see from where I was. So
Right.
I'm just running to get into the corridor, not specifically to protect Daphne.
Right, got you. Okay, Silas.
Cyrus will just keep on backing away and going like, "Oh, well, it looks like Ersin's got it under control. Does anyone have a blade, a dagger, a knife, anything?"
A bottle opener.
Sorry, not very useful with a punching.
Okay. Sham, back to you. There's a hairy man in front of you. Should you wish to engage in physical hand-to-hand combat with the dog, it's going to be difficult because there is a raging barbarian right in front of you, and it's quite a narrow corridor, as you can see.
Moral support.
I have produced flame. Could I try to distract the dog in front of him, like put a bit of flame between him and the dog, just like a flash to maybe make the dog startled and not instantly attack him?
Right, so you want to produce flame and throw it between the dog and Ersin to try and...
Like just a little bit of flame, like not a lot of flame, like not a big hot thing that's going to hurt a lot of people.
No, it's not a fireball. I mean,
the
description... Yeah, the description of produce flame is like you get a ball of flame in your hand, so it's only a small amount of flame. If it hits...
Yeah.
So, give me an attack roll. So click on... It should be on your sheet. Where are we?
Produce flame? Do I click on... It's a cantrip. Do I click on produce flame? Oh, wait.
On your core section, in the middle, there is a various attacks.
Produce flame.
Produce flame. Click on that, and that should do it automatically. Okay, that is quite a low roll, but you were basically aiming for floor, which there is a lot of. It doesn't hit where you aimed. It sort of hits not too far off. It hits the floor kind of between Ersin and the dog, but more towards the wall. The dog kind of jerks away, startled by the fire, which instantly disappears. It's just magical fire, but doesn't seem too perturbed by it. It seems more interested in what's happening right in front of it, the fact that this big hairy man is attacking it. Any movement or spoken words from you?
I was just hoping, again, I don't know how D&D works, but I was hoping that might reduce the dog's effectiveness in its attack, I'm assuming, on Ersin. Had
it hit closer to the dog, it may have done, but in this instance the dog wasn't that worried about it. No, if there's nothing...
At my distance, am I in his... What?
You're not within biting range of the dog, no.
No, that wasn't what I was going to ask.
All right.
Am I in Ersin's way at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Then actually...
right now.
No, but I mean, like, I'm not crowding your back or anything.
No, you're fine. Okay.
I'm just going to yell, bad dog. Naughty dog. There's nothing much else you can do.
Give me an animal handling roll. Damn. Okay. The dog cowers. It seems like you have triggered something in this dog, some kind of memory, and the dog cowers back a little. It is the dog's turn. Let's see. The dog does seem a little confused, and it doesn't immediately attack Ersin. In fact, it takes a step back. It is moving out of combat range, Ersin. You can have an opportunity attack if you wish.
I'm raging.
You are raging.
So I'm going to smack. I'm sorry.
Ersin casts smack.
A miss.
Ursin misses.
Yeah, today.
Moving on, Tara. You see this strange half machine, half animal dog moving away. It's not facing away from Ursin, it's just backing away, looking confused, if you can imagine a robot dog looking confused.
No. 15. Gonna get 10 foot closer. Not gonna think if it's holding its thing. I'm gonna, if it comes forward, can I hold my action to attack it if it becomes aggressive and gets close enough to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that for now. Not gonna.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You guys were setting me up with a perfect, like, just row of people to eat. Personally, I would have all crowded around the door and created a bottleneck where you can all attack the dog rather than the dog going through you one at a time. But then the druid went bad dog and got a 25. So bit weird. Shani.
Power of bad dog.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I'm going to use my dash to literally just go 5 feet, stick my head around the corner.
It's quite
Yeah,
it's quite an unusual scene.
yeah. I'm just going to set up by the wall and if anyone starts dropping, then I'll step in. But for the moment,
Yeah, everything.
I'm watching.
The situation seems to be weirdly under control. Felder.
Considering people's attitudes are relaxing, whatever. Done.
Okay,
Anyway,
you're just hanging around.
bored. Really fun. There was a fight or a battle or
John Smith. Yeah, things seem to you heard someone shout "bad dog" and then things seem to be relaxing a little, but you can't quite make it out. Shani, you can see Shani looking around the corner, and she seems to sort of be fairly chill about the situation.
I mean, I like dogs.
This is
How
not.
big is this dog? I'm curious.
You're gonna go look at the dog.
Go on the goosey.
Okay.
1, 2, 5, 10. It's weird how it's easy to do in 5. 15, 20, 25. Okay, I can't end on the same space, so I'm going to have to go behind. Sort of say shiny. What does it look like?
You can, as I said, you can use your action to dash to move a bit further forwards if you wish.
Oh yeah, I'll dash up to the corner then. I'll use my dash. Dish dash. Oh, it's a dog.
It's
Oh, that's a weird dog. Behind that many people, can I even see the dog?
You can just about make it out. Yeah, it's.
Okay.
Hang on a moment. Let's. Where are we?
It's vaguely dog shaped.
If I can find it.
Nice spotted, good boy.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Oh, look at him.
I love it.
It looks like he needs a good ear scratch.
Yeah.
Scratch him, but I don't think he's gonna like it.
You see, this just isn't going the way I expected at all. There's a weird-looking mechanical dog. I'm going to pet it. I should have known. Put an animal in front of you lot, and you're all like, no.
You have met us, Kieran.
I know.
If it's not friend, why is it friend shaped?
Exactly.
Fight and fight in the first round or two, or become a friend. You know that was exactly what was going to
I
happen.
should have known. Daphne.
I am very urgently making my way towards the door, giving Silas a pointed look as I go.
Ooh. Okay.
but I'm not going any further. I'm like, oh, I'm coming. I'm on the way. I'm not hiding behind the door like some people.
All right, Ursin, you are still raging. The dog is moving away from you.
I don't care. Come here. Can I try and grab it?
Ooh. Absolutely. Regular DMs, I haven't DM'd in ages. Remind me how to make a grapple roll.
Athletics contested.
Athletics contested. Give me an athletics check, please. Ty. And I will do this as a public roll.
Contested can be athletics or acrobatics if you wish.
I'm going to go with a straight strength check on the dog because NPC sheet doesn't have either.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be dex or strength. Yeah.
I'm going with strength because its strength is highest. However, you successfully managed to grab the dog in such a way that you have it held without being bitten.
I'm gonna walk to Sham. Dog.
And I look at it and point my finger and go, "You are a very, very naughty dog."
I'm gonna have another animal handling check from Sham, please.
Oh, I hope
Does it have help because I'm holding it?
Oh, fuck it. Okay, this is going so fucking weird. Kerry, you have advantage. At the top of your character sheet, there is advantage, normal, and disadvantage. Click on advantage, and then click the animal handling roll. Oh, and it's lucky that you did. 18. The dog... the dog sort of lets out a bit of a whimper. Its body language seems to change quite drastically from "grr, I'm going to eat you all" to "oh fuck, what's going on?" It's looking around itself, looking at there's suddenly, when it turned in the corridor, there was 2 of you that it could see, and now it can see at least 4 of you and more from sounds coming from behind you, and there's a big hairy man has grabbed it, which it completely did not expect. And now there's a woman wagging her finger in its face, and the dog's just like, "What the fuck? I'm a killing machine. How is this happening to me?"
I'm domesticated the dog.
I do have a question about the dog, and a D&D type question.
Go ahead.
You said the skin around the metal parts look all angry and sore.
Yes.
With the healing ability that I have, can I heal the dog so it isn't in any pain?
We will come to that on your turn. Ursin, you moved, grappled, and moved.
I'm just holding it.
Yeah, so that's your turn. Ken.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask for a perception check. Ken, looking down the corridor and hearing what you can hear, Shani and John are standing there looking almost befuddled by what's going on down the corridor that you can't see, but you can definitely hear the sound of one of the women that you've just met telling off a dog. What would you like to do?
Torn between going to get dog for dinner or I feel like we need weapons. We are lacking in weapons. I'm just going to go back to the forge and start firing it up.
Alright, unless anybody has anything else they wish to add, I'm going to swing the initiative back round to Sham and Ursin. So, has anybody else got any input before I bring the initiative back around to these two that are interacting with the dog?
The only thing I think would be Felder maybe returning to the forge with Ken and trying to ask for certain objects.
Alright. So Ken and Felder are working away at the blacksmith, at the forge. I will come back to you guys in a moment. Sham and Ursin, what would you like to do now?
Dog.
Dog, yes. And I'm like, are you going to be a good dog? Would you like to be a good dog? But I say I was noticing because you said its skin was angry. Can I heal its skin? Because maybe it's also extra angry because it hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just look through your
But I
spell
mean,
list.
not hurt, and
So you
not-
have Healing Word. Would you like to cast Healing Word on the dog?
Sure.
Okay, that is one of your spell slots for the day used. Yeah, click on Healing Word to see how much you heal the dog for.
And do I click it in this one or on the other one?
Uh,
And do I have it as a...
I think you can click it in either, if I remember the way Roll20 spellcasting works.
Yeah.
Click on the words
What
Healing Word.
level? Level 1?
Yep.
Level 1? It's asking me.
Yep. Okay, nice roll. You heal the dog for 1. That's one of your daily slots remaining. Removed, rather.
Okay, yep.
And you heal the dog for 6 points. Before I move on to the dog, anything else from you two?
No, I'm just.
Can I try petting the dog just to see if it's going to bite me?
Give me another
I want to reach
animal.
out towards the dog and see if it lets me pet. See if it lets me pet it.
Yep. Give me another animal handling check.
Big Bammy.
Still advantage or not?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? I'm definitely giving you advantage because you just healed it.
And he's still holding it.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. You pet the dog. Urson, the dog goes much limper in your grip.
Nice.
And the dog leans into the petting.
Alright.
And I'll take us out of initiative. Damn!
We just got a pet.
The ranger needed a animal companion.
I was planning on using John, but
Yeah, I will fight this dog for the right to be able to
Alright, you're not fighting.
we can do a simple tests of like fetch and stuff like that.
Oh, that's true. A whole montage.
I think right now I've fed and healed the dog. You guys are gonna have to do a lot to make the dog,
Yeah.
like you.
Excuse me, I had it the whole time.
Okay, so you have
That dog.
the dog. The dog is still very skittish, very nervous. It seems less so around Sham and Ursin. And it is basically. Are you going to let it go, Ursin?
Yeah, I put it on the floor, yeah.
Yeah, it's very skittish. It shies away slightly, but is kind of hanging around Sham and Ursin. What would you guys like to do now that you've completely solved the mystery of the Robo-Dog?
I think we need to give him a name.
We do.
I believe the wine was needed to be done.
Oh, we can name it after a wine. It could be rosé or whatever.
What type of wine? Yeah, what's the type of wine in that bottle?
Exactly, that's how we get the name.
Hilariously, my dog in real life is named after alcohol, but
It is actually. There is no label on the.
label. Oh.
That's gonna be it.
I call it the only type of wine I've ever heard of. Merlot. Right? Merlot's a wine.
So you're calling this dog, which was previously called Death Dog on its sheet, Merlot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daphne approved.
Yeah. And I would die for Merlot.
So would Daphne.
I would say
I think that's a bit
that.
different, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much like us to get an animal companion like ASAP.
I'm just. Congratulations. You have a pet cybernetic dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've got a mini for him already painted up and everything.
I think we could just go. We've completed this now, right?
Dungeon done. I will move Burlo into the party list.
Yeah, Robo Dog.
Yay!
Okay.
Explore down this here. Really long corridor, bloody hell.
Yeah, you find.
No one else is going to. I think Silas would have slunk off while this has been going on and just checked up this door to the north. But he suddenly realised no one's opened yet.
Okay, you open that door. Ursin, you find the kitchen, and there is indeed a bottle opener.
Oh,
Silas, you find... No, wrong one. This chamber appears to be... Blah, blah, blah. This chamber appears to contain just coal. Tons and tons of coal piled to the ceiling.
oh.
Oh. Fantastic. I will head back then, closing the door, and then say, and he'll gesture over towards where Pen is and say, I think I found more coal if you require it. Did anyone get me that bottle opener in the end?
I have it, but I'm in the kitchen.
I'll just
Ken.
give a slight nod to Silas.
So Ken, the forge and everything with it. You find die molds for swords, shields, knives, hammers, maces, all kinds of things. There is in this room with you 5 steel ingots, 5 copper ingots, 5 iron ingots, and 50 leather thongs at 12 inches long each. Would you like to do anything with any of this?
I would like to gather enough materials of whatever it is I would need to... Is there a katana mold?
Not really, but you reckon this is very well equipped. Given enough time, you could probably forge another mold. Or even just using basic blacksmithing skills. And John, you're presumably eyeing all this yourself, because Sam actually chose a guild blacksmith background without knowing what was coming.
Yeah, I had no idea. I just went.
Yeah, I saw it when you rolled your character. I was like, oh, that's lucky. Fucking, that's quite handy. But then I also saw that Craig had it, and I was like, well, he knew this was coming. It's very handy.
I thought it would be worth having just in case nobody else did.
No, totally. I don't mind that you took that at all, because when we did the fucking kind of beta test for this, as I recall, nobody had any skills pertinent to a forge.
No.
So it was like, it was going to be like, you guys can try and make your own weapons, but it's going to be a lot of trial and error. Now you have 2 guys who can make stuff with a forge. So you could either make a die mold for a katana maybe, or just old-fashioned beat out a lump of metal.
Oh, I'm Japanese samurai. I'm old-fashioned beat out a lump of metal.
Yep.
That's how I was trained by my masters. That's how I will train anybody beneath me. That's how I work.
The only thing...
I thought you had a beat off.
The only thing that you would be lacking, you have leather thongs that you could wrap around one end, but really the only thing that you're lacking currently that isn't in this room is anything to make a good handle out of.
No, I can already see what I can make a good handle out of.
Go on.
There are thick table legs around me.
That's what I thought you might say. Yes, indeed. Won't be as great as a handle made specifically for the purpose, and there aren't any specific woodworking tools, but you reckon you could make some form of handle out of the wood that's available in this room.
Once I've made a dagger, I'll be able to...
Sorry, Kerry?
Is he gonna make some tools? I said I assume he can make some tools for woodworking. He's got the metal.
Yep. Again, those tools... this is making a katana, making woodworking tools, stuff like that. This is going to take time. Like this, you're talking weeks of work.
Yeah, absolutely. But if there are 2 of us that are capable of making these things, it will halve the time, or it will mean we can make 2 at a time.
Okay.
Be it whatever it is we need.
So I'm going to assume that John and Ken are going to set to work making things in the forge.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
thinking from making a shield.
Okay.
The shield is more going to be iron bands round wood, is it not?
Yes,
Yeah,
something like that.
Taking a seat in a chair.
Yeah.
Probably want to focus
But,
on
yeah.
easier things to do first. Like
Whatever would be most useful for the group is what John would go with.
and using
Like-
those molds and stuff to make quicker weapons rather than straight for a really long, in-depth samurai sword. We can do that later once we have the basics, and also maybe once you've got a bit more handle of the forge, because it might not be exactly the same as you're used to.
Okay, I
This is true.
have created an item for you guys called Forge Works in Progress. Can be edited by any of you. I'm counting today as day 1. I would like, if anybody is making things, edit the sheet and tell me what you are starting to work on day 1.
I'm making a mess.
Now,
I'm making a toy for Merlot, but not in the forge.
okay, I'm going to assume that you guys are sharing knowledge of what you found in your separate areas as well. For example, you're sharing that you found bathrooms, you're sharing that you found bedrooms, or maybe not.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Silas is going to take some time to go back and just grab a couple more bottles and hide them in one of the chests. So he's got his own stash of wine hidden away.
So another 2 bottles from the storeroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sharing information about the storeroom?
Well, yes, I'll tell them that the storeroom is there after I've hidden the 2 bottles, and then suggest that, I suppose there'll be other useful stuff. If anyone here can cook, I mean, that would be much appreciated. Normally used
Is there chickens in there?
not
would
any live ones.
I would like to go. I would like to go run off.
Hanging meats.
Okay.
Can I run off? and
Shammy,
bring
would you
Sally
like...
there?
Hey, there you go. I have updated the storeroom sheet. On the storeroom sheet, you can see exactly what is in there. Actually, I need to edit it one more time. There are no longer 48 bottles of wine. There are now 46 bottles of red wine. Though,
I think you'll find there's 44. Oh wait,
No.
Did that first 2 include the?
yes, there was 50 bottles of red wine. Then there was 48. Now there's 46.
Brilliant.
Just waiting for someone.
I get really excited.
Is there any
I'm sorry, I get really excited about
flour in there?
Flour and that kind of thing is available in the kitchen.
Okay, excellent. This won't be immediate, but if once the wine has been drunk, Silas will just take a quiet moment when no one's looking, basically to put the wine bottles inside a sack and then smash them up a bit.
Oh.
And then try and fashion himself a small pouch of shards of glass.
You can again. There's small pouches of herbs in the kitchen, which you could
I'll
repurpose one of those.
pass the herbs to Carrie's character, to Sham, and then I'll keep the pouch myself.
So you two,
Basically, what I want is a sort of like glass shards in a bag that I can sort of either reach up and throw in someone's face or throw on the floor.
like
Given
caltrops.
the fact that no one has shoes, exactly, and given the fact that none of us have shoes, if any of us turn on each other.
Okay, so
It's
you
an escape plan.
you also now, like Sham, have a makeshift belt made of twine with a belt pouch full of glass.
I'm excited to maybe eat again. I would like to ask everybody if they're hungry. I could make a good stew or some food if people are hungry. I really like to cook because I really like to eat. Anybody want me to go make something?
Everybody is very hungry,
Yeah.
except for Sham and Daphne, who have eaten.
I would like to make.
Oh no, I'm still hungry.
Everybody.
What's that?
It's very simple. In the Forge Works, can we have a list of stuff like we can put in requests rather than just letting. So basically, we have what Ken's working on, what John's working on, and a list of stuff people can add to. So, for example,
You need weapons? Tell us what you want.
yeah,
You need armor?
I'll be wanting-
Tell us what you need.
Sure,
I'll be wanting stuff like springs, stuff like that.
good plan.
I will tell you what I need. I just need something big and something that goes bonk.
Something that goes plonk.
I whistle to Merlot and I just go start.
Yeah, Merlot is following you around. When you went off to the storeroom, Merlot followed you, and then when you go off to the kitchen, Merlot follows you again. Like, this dog seems to have bonded to you.
Okay, well, I just want to leave them to fighting amongst themselves about weapons because I've already got like a couple of knives. I'm gonna make a good soup and some maybe some sweet cakes because I see they've got pineapples and oranges and stuff.
As you guys have been interacting, and they're not hidden, the rest of you have noticed that Daphne has 2 daggers, and I want to say Celeste. Shammy has. They're not exactly daggers. They're kitchen knives, but they can be used as daggers. Shammy has a kitchen knife and a meat cleaver. Sham. Sorry, not Shammy.
Sham. Yes.
All right. So you guys have found bathrooms, bedrooms, a storeroom full of food, kitchen. Tara and Sarah's character's name.
Shammy.
Yeah, that is going to be. That is actually getting confusing now. Oh, it's fine. It's actually confusing. Shani and Tara, did you share information about the? You did. You spoke about it earlier. The strange gated area with all the plants. There are other areas you haven't explored yet.
Another door up here.
There is a similar door up there. You open that.
When things get quiet, Shani's going to take a load of pincers and various blacksmithing tools up to the viney bit, and is just going to start jabbing at them and pulling things apart and seeing whether maybe dropping a bit of necrotic damage on there. Just seeing whether anything damages the vines and keeps them damaged.
Every time you try something, like you try using the tongs, you try using whatever tools you've brought up with you, every time you pull at it and rip it and tear it apart, it just grows back instantly.
I'd like to join Shani doing this, but I want to kind of sorry. I want to kind of test stuff like if I bend it, does it stay does it keep its tension, or does it grow to its new tension, so to speak?
If you bend it a great deal, it moves back to its original position. If you bend it a little, it stays pretty much in that shape.
I bend it to a point where it's quite tense and hold it. Does it grow into that new shape, or does it try to go back to its original shape still?
If you're just bending it in your hand,
yes,
and holding it there, nothing happens. It just stays held where it is, and when you release it, it will return to its position.
Interesting. Okay.
Silas, you open that door. This chamber appears to contain ore. Just ore. Tons and tons of ore piled to the ceiling.
Oh.
Sorry?
I'm going to say, I found the ore storage, but, I don't know what we can do with it. Do we have smelting facilities? Is that different to what we've got here?
Looking about you, you think, you could probably... You're not sure, but John and Ken look about and say, we could probably smelt ore here as well.
Well, that sounds like hard work, so I'll leave it to you, strapping gentlemen. Is there any doors we haven't opened that we've walked past?
Ty, did you? Oh, no. Not. I don't believe so. The only other unexplored area so far is up towards the overgrown gates.
Oh, well.
Indeed.
I'm investigating the overgrown bits right now. I'm going to be investigating for a little bit.
Can I do a nature check on the plants and stuff?
Okay, what are you looking for?
I'm just want to see if I know of any of these tanks.
Yeah, it's all fairly common stuff. Vines and various flowers and nothing unusual.
I'm gonna put them in my hair.
Okay, you have flowers in your hair.
Yeah.
There are corridors as you move up to this area. There are corridors running to the east and west, which nobody has investigated yet.
Are you talking these ones?
Up near the garden gates. Oh, you haven't actually been through that door. You're right, David.
Wait on this one.
Hang on, I'm going between two of you. Ty, stop moving for a moment. David, you haven't investigated that door. Hasn't been opened by anybody. And that door hasn't been opened by anybody.
I'll take this side and be sure to let you know if I find anything interesting.
Okay. Ty, you carry on moving down to the east?
Yeah.
Okay, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Stop. Before you stands an impressive archway carved into the tunnel ahead. The stone of the arch has been fashioned to represent water, waves and aquatic creatures. The arch itself is filled with water, almost as if you were looking into a large tank, but you cannot make out any glass or other material between you and the water within, which you can make out within. Oh, sorry, can't even read what I wrote. But you cannot make out any glass or other material between you and the water, within which you can make out the shapes of fish swimming about. The water seems to go on into darkness beyond.
That's not fine or anything. Alright, cool, good to know. Walk back.
Uh-huh.
Alright, lads. Found some watery fish bullshit. Who's magically inclined here?
Show me.
Right. I don't know much about magic, but I know.
Where is it you went? Sorry.
I'll move your token up and ping you, Hannah. Yoink.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know much about magic. I know it's like, well, magic. But this stuff, I don't know.
I'm gonna look at it. Can I do an Arcana? Something.
Sure.
Or yeah, Arcana. Let's say.
Yeah, there is obviously just a moment, sorry. It is obviously very, very magical in nature. I'm just you get the impression that it is conjuration magic, and also the one whose name I can't remember. List the names of the schools of magic.
Evocation, abjuration.
It's enchantment and conjuration.
Okay.
And abjuration, conjuration, enchantment.
Yeah.
And
Illusion.
yes, that was a 19 on the Arcana. Yes, there is also illusion magic.
It's just all magic in there. So
I sort of saying this to Ursa, looking at there's lots of different types of magic, darling. Well done.
I thought as much.
Yes,
I
excellent.
see stuff like this. My brain goes, put your head in it.
Well, you came and found your batters, so well done.
Well,
I mean, speaking as a wizard, you are a low-level wizard, but you are overwhelmed by this thing. It's like, this is incredibly powerful magic. There is also another corridor to the west, should you wish to investigate that as well.
I am trying very hard not to show it. Yeah, it's like a swan situation where underneath I'm like, oh, so much magic. But on top I'm like, oh yeah, it's magic, obviously.
Well, duh, yeah, it's just magic, darling. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Anybody else do?
Anything else?
Anybody else like to do anything else while these two are investigating this strange watery portal?
Hans poked his head in what he considers east.
Yes.
And just saw bells, which were presumably empty.
Yes, they are. Exactly the same as the room you appeared in.
Yeah, that he was not interested with that. Quick question. You said there was a rotisserie spit?
Yes, in the kitchen.
Is there any chance that could be refashioned into a rapier?
Oh, I'm going to go with yes, kinda. It won't be particularly effective. Either John or Ken may be able to adapt it and give it some kind of handle and sharpen it.
Yeah, I would like to take that then to John and Ken and ask if they could turn it into a rapier for me.
Okay, before you do that, Sham, in the kitchen,
Yes.
Silas comes stomping into the kitchen and seems determined to remove one of the rotisserie spits from where you're cooking.
How many rotisserie spits are there?
3.
That's fine. He can have it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so John, Ken, you are presented with a lump of a metal bar, effectively, and asked to turn it into a rapier.
Ah, an easy task.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's excellent. I'm very glad that you are capable of it. It's, yes, did a bit of fencing at the old Amel Matter, see? So I thought, well, I know how at least put the pointy end in the other person. That's the general rule with it. But, well, whatever you could do would be very much obliged.
Yes, while melting some of the other iron, I shall get to work on sharpening the tip and maybe forging a hilt off the bottom. A separate piece of metal might be included.
Thank you, Craig.
That's good.
That's the word I was looking for. Hilt. Well done.
Yeah.
Right, guys, it is getting late. Would anybody like to investigate the west corridor before we call it a night?
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Just so it's like we've done it.
Who's going down? Well, okay. Whoever goes down, let's just skip to the end. Do. Before you stands an impressive archway carved into the tunnel head, as if I'd copied what I already wrote somewhere else. The stone of the arch is wreathed in flames. Fire and smoke roil about it, streaming into the archway itself to form a swirling vortex of fire.
Nice.
And we will leave it there for tonight.
Nice.
So, it took a while to get going, because of the nature of where you were all spawning separately. But you have your environment, your starting environment, with a forge, a kitchen, a well-stocked store, somewhere to sleep, and somewhere to bathe. And 3 very strange portal kind of arrangements. And a pet dog.
Yes.
And we leveled up, right?
You actually did. You are all level 2. You can do that tonight or before the next session.
Oh, now I have to choose a subclass.
Yeah. I don't get that until the next level.
Yeah, I had to pick it at level 1. Took me forever.
I imagine so.
Bloody clerics.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm going to write up a list of stuff I want made on the board.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
If the list is quite extraneous, you don't expect it all.
No, it's just the fact that instead of just being like, I want this item, I'm giving you the individual component.
Ah.
So it's a little bit... I don't know if that's easier. Oh, actually, how would you prefer to track it in general, Kieran? Would you want me to actually ask for individual components for things? Or...
Yeah, I mean, if individual components need making, I'm trying to keep on the Forge work in process document, I'm trying to keep the words day 1 at the top of the list, please, people.
Yeah.
So that we know, so we can track time in terms of how long things are going to take to make, how far we are into the progress of making things. But yeah, you'll need, if you want individual items making, they will need to be listed so that we know what needs making, how long it's going to take, etc., etc.
Yeah, okay.
When I leveled up, Kieran, it took my armor class down to 10 again.
Yeah, it keeps doing that, and I don't understand why. Put it back to what it was.
Yeah, 15.
Go into the background, the settings, and change it to a customized armor style. Where is it?
It's got to be a bug in Roll20 because it never used to do that with barbarians.
No.
I think there's actually just a tick box you can tick on armor defense, really.
Yeah, something along those lines. I just can't remember where it is.
Let me have a look at in a minute, Ty. Oh, you're already there.
Next time we play D&D, I will be 29.
When's your birthday? Next week?
In 2 days.
Hey, you old dick.
Happy birthday.
1 year left.
I know. That's terrifying.
I didn't mind turning 30. I didn't like turning 25. 25 seemed scary to me. 30 was fine.
I didn't realise 25 happening. It just kind of happened, and I was like, oh shit, I'm 25 now. And then I realised that.
Yeah, I thought that was the time.
And now I'm 29.
I'll have a look at your sheet before next session, Ty, and try and work out why the fuck it's doing that. Okay, notes from today. It is an experimental campaign. It's not going to be a long campaign. I don't know how many sessions it's going to take. Depends on you guys. I figured that tonight you would basically do what you did, apart from fucking tame the fucking weird steampunk dog. I figured that you would basically explore your starting environment. As you probably guessed, this is your base of operations.
Yeah.
From here, I don't know how long the campaign's going to take, because it depends on what you guys are going to do. It might take another session. It might take 10 more sessions. We don't know, because it's you guys, and the path you take can be either very, very direct or incredibly weird. It should speed up a bit now that you're all together, because that first part was very sort of like, I move here. Oh, we've met people. Now you're all together, it should move along a bit quicker. It will, again, because of the size of this group, be a bit unwieldy. I'm noticing some of you have been a little quieter in this session. I will try and make sure you guys...
I'm trying to intentionally stay quiet.
Oh, that surprises me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, Angus.
No, I don't.
One note from moving around the environment. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Roll20 that much, obviously move your token where you want it to go, unless it's in a big roleplay scene. In that case, it doesn't matter. But like, for all intents and purposes, look at it like a board game. The way I've set up this campaign, the maps are very integral to the game. The environment has been set up in a particular way, and the way you move about the environment will be important at certain points. So remember to move your tokens where you want them to go, and also remember that you can close doors behind you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's not a hit score anyway.
I was raised in a bum, thank you.
Hey, totally. I mean, if people don't want to close doors behind them, that's totally cool. And I love that, like, there has been some good role playing coming out tonight. Hopefully that will continue to grow. Also, I note, and this is absolutely fine, I said at the beginning that you don't remember anything other than your skills and your name, but people started talking about their backgrounds, about who they were. Like Ken, for example, is a samurai for some empire. Daphne used to be at court and stuff like that. That's cool as fuck, because it means your memories are coming back and you're remembering who you are from your previous lives.
I'm just a guy.
You're just a dude, just a hairy guy who picks up dogs.
I'm just a boy. I'm just a good boy.
Well, hopefully, I mean, like I said, it was a bit slow, but hopefully you enjoyed it and it will pick up.
It was good, thank you. Out of interest, Kieran, will we be... does this count as a long rest?
Absolutely. Yes, you can now...
Rest for class reasons.
You can totally have a long rest.
May I do my thing?
Your thing?
Yeah. I've decided myself first.
Okay, yeah, you can totally choose a subclass.
No, as in like...
Do we need to talk offline?
I'll whisper you, hang on.
While she's doing that, Ty, go into your settings cog of your character sheet.
Oh! Daphne.
On the top middle box of your settings where you've got strength, dex, you can change those modifiers. You've got armor class tracking. It says automatic, or does it say other things?
It says custom. Armor class tracking custom. Custom 18.
And then it's got 10 plus.
None plus none.
Changed both of those nuns, one dex, one con.
One dex, one con.
I should sort you out.
I'm also going to retcon something. Whilst, because I hadn't thought of this, I should have done, but then starting a session with everybody's lost all their equipment is a little weird and not done before, so I hadn't thought of it. My bad. Han, whilst everybody's sort of getting used to their environment and searching around, amongst all the equipment in the forge, you find parchments and magical inks. You can start recreating a spellbook.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say that the spells in your current spell list that you didn't have prepared, you still remember them and you can write them down.
Amazing. So can I put my temporary spellbook back in my items?
Yes, you can put a spellbook into your items. However, the spellcasters amongst you who need material components are either going to have to find those material components, which should be listed in the spell description in your spell sheet, or fashion somehow a new spellcasting focus and attune to it. Now, for the spellcast amongst you, I will let you decide what kind of spellcasting focus that will be. Now, you're going to have to scavenge together something that you can use from what is available to you. It may not be what you're used to using as a spellcasting focus, but you're basically going to have to find something within these environments that you're currently in and go, okay, this is my new spellcasting focus. I'm going to alter it to be my thing and then spend some time meditating over it to imbue it with magical power to become a spellcasting focus. So that is homework for the spellcasters. Have a think about what you might be able to find or scavenge in this environment to turn into a spellcasting focus.
I just checked all my spells, and the only material components I need are spirits, as in the alcohol type, and blood. So I'm fucking sorted.
Yep, you're good. That's so fucking on brand.
Unless there's some really fucking bougie herbs in that storeroom. You're very mean to let me think find familiar, Kieran.
What does it need?
10 gold pieces of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Ooh. You've got loads of charcoal. You can make charcoal. Where are we? 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal. Yes, you can make that easily. Incense. Herbs. I'm going to go with you've got herbs. Incense.
Age and stuff.
Yeah, herbs. You've got loads of herbs. Incense. I will have a think about that before the next session and find a way of fucking jamming it in here somehow.
At the moment, I think we're fine without Igwilf. I think we're still on. Let's have a hunt. Daphne's not. She feels bereft. She's keeping it under wraps, but she's like, "Where is my beetle? What the fuck?"
Like, you're an intelligent wizard. You've got 2 druids. There's got to be, given what's in the storeroom and the kitchen, there's got to be a way of creating incense somehow.
That's why I'm going to do some research to see. Look, find my bloody grimoire and see if there's anything in there that I think would.
There's got to be a way.
I'm a tribal marauder, so I might know how to make it.
Yep. I think between the group, there's enough knowledge and skills that you will somehow be able to use what's available to you here to create a form of incense.
I know where the moss is. So.
Ooh, the moss as well, maybe. However, I'm not just going to say, okay, you've made incense. Before next session, you guys have a think. How would you make incense out of what's available to you? All right, and we will call it there for tonight, and we will pick up next week.
One last question.
Go on.
The overgrown garden area to the north.
Yes.
when somebody chopped off whatever they chopped off, did that piece disintegrate and go to nothing, or was it still in their hand?
It was still in their hand.
There's the hilt of my weapons.
Interesting. Also, there's flowers there. Surely those can be used to make incense.
Yeah, I got some in my hair.
Nice. All right.
Was there silver available in the ore section?
Roll a D100.
Yes. Oh.
Sure. There is some silver. Yes.
I just need a little bit.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, I'm heading off.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
See you next week.
Bye.